Ugh. I heard money. I heard cold hard cash. Dutch. I heard. Don't know why I'm going into like Red Dead, but yes. Hello and thank you, Hot Beverages. Thank you much. The support's been absolutely mind-boggling. Thank you. This is very much a optional thing. You know, I'd be streaming regardless, and the fact that I've got the what support I have is incredible. So thank you so much. It's really appreciated. Oh god. But I now know what's broken. It must be stream labels, because that should have played. That should have played a sound effect, but it didn't. So the resub thing's broken. All right, well, that is good to know. Wonder if I can find it. Damn it. No. Where is it? I've got the soundbite somewhere. I got it somewhere. Give me a sec. Twitch. No. It's like Twitch spelt wrong. It's Trach, and in it is Imu and Bano. My sections are wonderfully labeled. There's no way. I should be able to play something from my own menu. Goddammit! Like Twitch is like, I imagine it's very hard to make these programs work, but at the same time, it's like, come on, like you should be able to play the sound effects. Surely. Streamlabs, you strange thing. Okay, that's not. There we go. It's more chill. It calms me down, chat. It calms me down. Alright, alert box. There you go. I don't know why it doesn't apply to resub. It's like, it's really annoying. Alright, test resub. What? But it works! What? Oh, it's so confused. It should have played. It should have played for you, but it just didn't. It didn't. I'm beyond confused. Beyond confused. And to address the thing, no, it's not my birthday. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I am still in my early 30s. Going in hard on that midlife crisis, you know. Starting early. All the alerts hate me. They do. It's weird because they should have played them, especially when you like help make the bloody things. Like you've made like a few emotes and it helped me with the soundbite. Like goodness sake, it'd be nice if it worked for you. I'll look into that, chat. I'm still Babby. I'm still Babby streamer that needs to learn to tighten things up a bit. Yes, today is not my birthday, chat. Today is not my birthday. It is Steam's birthday. Valve. Gaben is 20 years old. Or when he sealed his soul in Steam like a phylactery, so Gaben will never age. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. 20 years we've had Steam. I'm older than Steam. I didn't know that. Game will be sealed in the Dreadnought. True. One of those people. Sealed forever. What the? How the hell did that get there? Anyway. Sorry, just things traveling around the room without permission. Don't worry about it. Flop. I just need to stretch out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's why I'm still like this in the chair, my little avatar. It's, you know, LGBT people. You just can't sit straight. It's true. It's true. I've hung out with enough people from the community and just like, nah, I'm just saying it. Queer people can't sit straight. We can't. It's impossible. Gotta sit on a leg, gotta be a bit weird with it, you know? Just the way, it's the way we're programmed. Can't sit straight. And it's okay if I say it, because I'm in the community. You hear that, Twitch? I'm fine. It's fine. It's our word. It's actually weird. I mean, it's actually been kind of weird because I definitely grew up with that, like, the word queer being thrown around as like an insult. Now it's definitely been adopted by the community to mean like a very different thing. It's always very wholesome to see it happen. Like, back in my day, we used to call them queers. It's like, no, actually, Grandpa, they're fine with that now. What? yeah, they actually kind of sort of reclaimed it. Ah. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't stop that. That's so dramatic. Don't do that to me. There we go. But yes, happy birthday to Gaben, the fresh-faced young man that he is. And it's been ups and downs, chat. It's been ups and downs. I've loved Steam. I've hated Steam. They've done some weird things. Made me kind of like really get into GOG a little bit, but even GOG just doesn't have some of the reach, like Realm of Haunting and stuff like that. Like Steam's still got gems. So I thought for the opening bit of the stream, we're gonna chat and reminisce about Steam and check out their little memoriam they've set up, which I only assume will end with like a GoFundMe for like to install Gaben on the Golden Throne. My opinion on Steam is they mark the standard of how I expect from game services. Oh yeah, exactly. Like all the extra stuff is just like the community events and stuff like that. It's such an optional thing. But there's the basic standard service. And if you don't have these features, it's like, what you doing? Like I even find GOG's menus still weird. Like the way they do things as well, it's just strange. Like, it's not very intuitive, the store page. Like there's, I think you have to go to a separate menu to actually search for a game, which is weird to me. Like, I feel like the storefront should just be. Oh my god, gaming mouse. It's been with us for nearly a year and it's starting to fall apart, chat. Poor thing. It's suffered. GOG is weird, but about the only other game service I really respect. Oh yeah, GOG is just doing historical. I've said this before, like so many streams. They are doing, they foster good archiving. Old games still fully operational, DRM free, all that stuff. And considering the shit that's hit the fan about Unity and stuff like that, this is why we need it, because corporate are always going to push for some bollocks because they don't want most of the money, they want all the money. And the fact that, you know, if you can't see that, like it boggles me. It's just like Unity basically saying like, oh, we're going to start charging fees for per download of like using our engine and stuff. It's just like, oh god, just get lost. Like, these are the people that would basically see all these old games, you know, if they had their way, just locked up. Like, you can't get them. I mean, Nintendo's very guilty of that. Like, you know, don't pirate our game. You know, stop pirating our game. It's really bad. We're going to actually level criminal charges, you know, over this game that we refuse to sell. And when they do sell their old games, they're locked behind these weird emulators part of their online package. It's just like, for God's sake. And you can't give me that thing of like, oh, it's for the benefit of the users. No, it's not. No, it's not. If it was for the benefit of the users, you'd sell it as is. That's it. Just buy it and the emulator is installed inside it. That's it. So I will never believe any of this notion that like any of this is for the benefit of the consumer. I think it's the opposite. Usually was wants everyone playing, hence the fee per install. Oh yeah, but it's just like it's killing them. It just means game developers aren't going to use the engine. Why would you? To my understanding, why would you pay for an engine where every time a user downloads your game, you have to pay them a fee? Like, yeah, they backtracked, but yeah, but they were going to try though. That's the thing. It's one of those things where they release this stuff. And then everyone overreacts, and then they backtrack and say, well, actually going to do this instead to make that look less bad. But they're still both bad. It's a shitty precedent and a shitty thing to do. Basically means indie developers won't use Unity. from what I've read, it is basically a case of there would be the company would be charged for every time someone downloaded it, and this was even talking about multiple installs, and the fact that had you bought their sporting or gambling educational package, that you wouldn't have been charged. Which is just no. Oh yeah, they know that the current system is first install the game is what costs, which means every game costs 15 cents initial fee. That's still like you bought the engine. it's a fee that didn't exist before, and I'm so suspicious of it. Like that's going to be the case of us, and it's just the whole system's rigged in such a way to wring out as much money as possible, and yet no actual care is given to the actual people who spend. You know what I mean? The bottom line, Trickle down economics, my ass. So I'd love to see if people, because the thing is now is like there's got to be some people like about we'll stick with Unity. If they get indie, nobody will. True. That's a good point, actually. I didn't really think about it. There was a company who gave a game using Unity going to Xbox Game Pass next year, which means users can download it for free, and everyone that does that will lose the company money. That's a very good point, actually, yeah. When it comes to just raw brass tacks, then the bigger companies are just going to be like, we're just going to transition away now. Because they'll have the money to actually train staff to go over to new engines, won't they? Because that's the difference, isn't it? Like, some people will just stop developing it, others will just transfer over. Which reminds me of PayPal saying we can charge you $5,000 if we catch you doing hate speech with no definition of hate speech, like companies filtering their weird arbitrary ways to steal money from. Yeah, that's rubbish. Like, we're gonna charge you for that. It's like you don't really can. I'm not sure you can, PayPal. You're a bank. You're a money-making company. I'd hate for you to take a stance on morals. More money for Epic and the Unreal Engine. True. I really want to play through. I've mentioned it before. I need to play through Unreal. That seems like a legacy game that deserves some respect. But it is absurd they've done it, though. Just absolutely absurd. It's strange times. Or maybe it's just slow news, so it kind of hit home, I suppose. What a strange landscape we live in. Also, oh god, I remember because all the picket lines going on in America and striking. I wish I knew more about. I need to tune into more European news. Really, the coverage of America is so much more prevalent online. But it's just the idea. I think someone was saying someone crossing a picket line. They described it as defying cancel culture. I was just like, oh, when was crossing a picket line defying cancel culture? Oh, it just feels so vague. It's that thing of just, God, you can just tell your agenda a mile off. Why even pretending? Just say it. The poor people are getting in the way of I'd have more respect for you if you came out acting like a goddamn French noble. Just go full on Whammer. Become a Bretonian. It's like, avast ye peasants, out of my way. There's money to be made. I'd have more respect for you. When I see this shit, it's like this 19th century rail barons. Oh yeah, I mean, God, just look at the internet companies for that. Like, literally what they are. We are our only service provider. So we're just gonna give you lazy service because we don't actually have any competition, so we don't have to make anything better or decent. Granted, this might be me projecting it because I've had a lot of I always get a bit wary because the amount of information I soak up a lot of American stuff because I have a lot of American friends I chat with, and they obviously vent about their system, which is far worse in many ways. I'm sure they've got their own benefits as well, don't get me wrong. It's just in the case of internet, they've got it worse. They've got it worse. I mean, even the UK's bad. It ain't that bad. Actual fiefdoms. An Australian business guru said in public too that he believed employment needs to skyrocket. Oh yes, it's the avocado toast guy who's also spending thousands of Australian money units or didgeridoo. I'm just gonna be racist. Didgeridoos on looking young. He's spending all this money on youth rejuvenation pills and stuff. Yeah. Need to show the workers the employers rather than employer way around. Yeah, the guy is an absolute just like that man is a baron. He should be there in a waistcoat with a pocket watch with a chain in it, swinging it around, walking around his factory. God, he believed employment needs to skyrocket to 45 to 50% to show the workers they need employers rather than the way around. That's such a dirty guy. Yeah, I saw that. That was just devastating. It's just that thing where it's like, and coming from him again, like bear in mind that's proper. I belong to this class. I could not perceive the other classes and how they exist. It's basically all it is. There's nothing else to it. Like this is the same person that said like, oh, you know, in an interview, basically saying like millennials, oh, you can't get, you know, if you stopped buying so much avocado toast, you could afford homes. Basically saying that the entire generation was just bad with money. And just ignoring the fact that, you know, massive wage stagnation, upwards employment, the fact that actually owning a property is like so hard for people. It's astounding. And but the thing is, being in Australia, that wonderfully that does mean the majority of people will just swear at him. I do respect that. If you want some really good coverage of Australian politics and the actual bullshit they go through, because they've got like absolute swaths of corruption, I can recommend Friendly Geordies. An absolute just like, how to describe him? Like, I want to lovingly call him an asshole because he gives these people so much crap to the point where I think one of the ministers basically sent the terrorist unit after him to like scare him a bit. But they got the entire thing on film. They arrested his producer, who then won against them in court. It was a mess. And the guy, like, involved as well. Like, the entire thing stank. And it was just so poorly done as well. Did some big expose pieces. Even went out to some of the islands north of Australia and basically did this massive thing. Can owe more than... Again, ardent capitalist, but Jesus Christ, the idea that a company can own more than a couple of buildings worth of resident property is fundamentally insane. Oh yeah, and don't forget, like, a lot of these office spaces are pointless. Like, you could convert them to housing quite easily. It's just, they need to justify the existence of these buildings by having you work in them, when where COVID has proved a lot of jobs can be done from home. Oh, like, look, it's just, the entire system's just balked at the moment. Of stacking tax at original property you own. Oh yeah, I mean, again, check out Friendly Geordies. There's basically an extortion racket called property development. It's you can talk about owning homes all you want, but at the end of the day, at the moment, it is majorly just controlled by landlords and big resident. Once you reach a certain amount of property ownage, you're basically a medieval lord. Yeah, it's a massive thing. But you know what, chat? You didn't come to hear me rant about that kind of thing. I am not qualified to talk about these problems. I merely just sympathise and listen to the people that chat to me. It's you know what I mean. I'm on ground level. Like I'm losing a good half of my paycheck to this, like renting, which makes sense. I'm in Tokyo, but like buying your prisons, ha. The only way to do it around here is, the problem is, you can actually buy some fairly cheap houses, but they have to be completely dilapidated. So they have to be in really poor shape, and they're expensive, and then actually getting the materials to rebuild it are also very expensive. It's very strange, actually. So, like, I'm in the middle of, like, really well-developed Tokyo, and yet I'll pass, like, dilapidated houses on these bits of land, and it's like... Like people would slit throats to own this land, which is literally one of the plot lines to Yakuza 0. Like, I can't stress it enough. It's that level of just, man, this would be worth a fortune, but yeah, no one wants it because no one wants to bother rebuilding it because it's so expensive to like get the materials and then ship them to there. Like, imagine trying to build a house in the middle of London. It'd cost a fortune to ship the materials. It's amazing. So yeah, I do that on the way to work. I pass some like the really dilapidated old houses. you have to keep the building frame, which limits you're allowed to build there. Yeah, exactly. It's all better on the frame, stuff like that. This led, I believe, to someone telling me, oh god, what was it from? Oh god, all right. So this comes with the source. Trust me, bro. So you know, pinch of salt, taketh with. That was the supposed thing of someone here who found actual ruins in their basement, full on like actual evidence of like previous ownership, and they just never told anyone. Their grandmother told them like way after, basically was saying like, yeah, if we did that, like we would have really messed with the property, so we just never reported that we found like old Japanese like potentially heritage items. It'd be like digging in your garden, finding a Roman wall, basically. It was nothing major. God, this is really weird. It's like a pseudo memory at the back of my brain. I wonder, like, did I dream that? It's very weird. It's also very weird. I always just, I don't know why my assumption is always that the answer to everything is skyscrapers. But no, there's still a lot of like 3-story. Like I live in an area which is nothing but 3-story buildings, and I think everything here is rental units. I don't think anyone actually lives in a home. You know what I mean? Like I'm in a building with like, I think the actual owner or someone who pays big style live downstairs. Then on this floor there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. And then there's another 4 above us. Each one with their own air conditioning unit stuff. And that said though, like I'm bitching, but god, the power, like I'm not spending more than 3k. I'm not spending more than like 3k. It feels ridiculous. Yen, by the way. That's yen. That's you're on the low end of ranges, but think about your salary converted to DK, you wouldn't even be able to afford half the rent less night stay rate. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it's weird. At least Japan has some, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't want to be too like, oh, you know, they fix all the problems. No, the society has its own problems, but I definitely have, like, the fact that my electricity bill has not been that high for so long. Like, I'm looking at 3 yen, and I'm still getting like a potentially 80,000 yen like care package towards my bills, and it's just like, oh, wow. You know, because like I went to work and people were talking about, oh, it was horrendous, and it's like, yeah, it's like 4,000 yen for the power this week, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's like 20 quid. Wait, what? That's like 24 quid. Yeah, I've been lucky. I've been paying like 3,000, I think, tops for electricity, and then another 3,000 for water or whatever. Subscribers are the answer. A lot of floors, multiple flats per floor. Problem is they tried doing that during the 50s, 80s, and now it's all associated with commie blocks and brutalism. Yes, unfortunately, yeah. Not to mention the shoddy, like, jobs people did, and there's the massive infernos that went up. Like, it is such a shame, because, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I've said it before, chat. Bring on the mega blocks. Bring on the dystopian cyberpunk. Give me my mega block. Even as a kid, I was like, man, this massive, intimidating, brutal block is cool as hell. That was always my problem. It was that thing of like, oh man, this is meant to be brutal and ugly looking. I'm like, yeah, but it's cool as hell though. Because I'm a kid, of course it's cool. It looks cool as hell. But then again, I'm a supporter of those like concrete, like brutalism houses, and it's just literally just a rectangle and 2 blocks, and I'm like, that looks perfectly fine. Because it's like, I'm such an interior person, you know what I mean? Like, it can look brutal on the outside, as long as it's nice on the interior, I don't give a damn, like. I spend 40% of my paycheck on all my bills, food included. That's, damn, that's like a good amount. Like 40, like below 60% I think is the goal, isn't it? For a lot of people. Just, you want 60% to be yours. But now I live from paycheck to paycheck. Savings aren't going to happen, and in some cases it's like, well, what else am I going to do with it? So I just buying extra clothing here and there, getting new shoes. Because like I've worn down my shoes. It's finally reached that point, chat. I mean, in the last rainstorm, they dyed my feet. I think I mentioned that to you. Like, they actually dyed my feet. It got that bad. I take 260. Ah! Ow! Ow! I think that's nearly 100k more than me. Big oof. Big oof. That's a rough estimation, by the way. It's, you know, it fluctuates depending on hours. Jet privilege. That so, and you know, I'm also living in like Tokyo, so that's probably like 10 times the rent I'm usually expecting. Actually, no, you know, it's probably the same. I just get less space. I am currently surrounded, because this could be a tight month this month. I am currently surrounded by various types of instant noodle. I've surrounded myself, trying to live that cheap life. And I spruced it up with some bags of spinach and mozzarella and some nice tomatoes. Tomatoes. You're gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to warn you all. I've been teaching American English for so long that my spelling and pronunciation's ruined. I cannot stress this enough. It's gonna get bad, chat. It's gonna get real bad. It's gonna get bad. I must admit, like, some of the money things this issue, it's my own fault. Like, I bought some things I shouldn't have. One example is, I sometimes have to use my old phone from the UK, because I've still got an active SIMs on it, and it's only like £6 a month to keep it alive, because I still want the number, because it's tied a bunch of stuff back home. And that's all because the phone I own now, when I leave the company, has to go back to the company. I actually got it. I got it from the company. So, yeah, that phone's gonna, like, go to them. So I'm basically, like, paying like the monthly rent on it, but I don't own it. Anyway, so I've got my old phone and it is falling apart. It's survived so long, and I occasionally have to like do verification through it, you know, because obviously all my like online stuff is associated through this. So I was like, man, I really need a little phone, but I need a new phone. But like, it's not really practical to get a new phone I'm not going to use and stuff like that. And there was a little place near me, which for like, it was on sale, so it was like from 7,000 yen down to like 5,000 yen. And it's a phone about the size of your palm, and it's meant to be like your kid's first phone. And I was like, hey, that's functional. It comes with 8 gigabytes of internal memory and all that stuff. And I was like, all right, I want that tiny smartphone. So I've now got this tiny, like, handbag smartphone, but it's got my Sims from home in it, so I can still, like, get my, like, verification codes, stuff like that. And when I do go back to the UK, I've got a phone that works. You know, it's not anything fancy, but it's adorable. I can wear it around my neck. It's tiny, and I love it. But that was a complete extravagance. I didn't need that, but that was like, okay, I'm just going to future-proof that, because the other phone's starting to absolutely just fall apart. Yeah, it's a survival thing, you know what I mean? I've got a tiny phone with my SIM in it from back home, so that'll survive. So that's like tucked away now, and I'll always have that. Like, I can literally just slide that around my neck and take it through an airport, which for me is actually pretty good because it frees up your pockets, and I'm big on pockets, so I love that little thing. I love it. It's also like Sakura pink, so so I was like, oh my god, it's adorable. I love it. Holding on to your number is important too. You had the mobile since 2007. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you've had the thing for the longest time, it's like everything's tied to that number. Like, yeah, hell yeah. So I totally get that. So now I have a tiny little phone, and it's like, oh my god, you're adorable. You're gonna keep one phone alive, basically. Ugh. What else did I buy? Yeah, I got like some new clothes to wear, stuff like that. Nothing else really majorly. It was just mostly just like refurbishing the wardrobe a bit. We are heading into winter. I pray every day. But everyone keeps telling me, oh, October's gonna be hot too, and it's like, oh, for God's sake. I can't handle this. I can't do the majority of the year being summer. I've said it before, chat. I yearn for the days when I sit down and I'm gonna complain to you how cold it is. But I'll be grinning. I'll be smiling the entire time. Ugh. But anyway, speaking of, it's supposed to be quite hot this October. Oh, wonderful! 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 Anyway, happy birthday, Steam. And you're like this massive supply of memes you've decided to like make. As if to mock us. There will be no Half-Life 3. It's time you accepted that, chat. There won't be. Gaben on his deathbed will like tell everyone like, okay, there is actually one copy of Half-Life 3, I've buried it somewhere in the American Southwest. Also, if you're gonna come here in November, you need waterproof shoes, not necessarily boots. Just not shoes that end up with your feet dyed. True, I do need new shoes. That's one of the reasons I've been shopping around. I need new shoes. Yeah, I basically worn out the ones I had to the point of like they look scruffy. Like even I'm just like I'd be umming and ahhing back home. So in Japan, I know I look like a scruff. I'm like, ooh, yeah, these need to go. I left Half-Life 3 all in one piece. Half-Life is real. We got any more like what other tunes I got? Anything? I got any other sort of tunes? I guess I'll leave it going. I guess I'll leave this one going. So anyway, chat. It's been 20 years. 20 years. And I would like to thank the likes of Hot Beverages for being the people that basically borderline bullied me to get a PC. Bullied me to get into like... Actually, no, you were more of a console person anyway, but you did suggest Steam. You were part of the team that were like, yo, Steam. Get Steam. You should get Steam, kid. And I was like, yeah. These were during the early days after I met you all, and you all asked me like what university I went to, and I explained I was still doing my A-level. Heady times they were. Heady times. Oh, I've got some decent like posh shoes for want of a better word. It's just trainers I need. So these were heady days, and I would like to recount to you all that the first game I ever bought was Alien vs. Predator. Not 2000, it was like the one after that. Oh my god, I can't remember the name. But yeah, I bought AVP. That was the first game I bought. And I thought I was being really clever because I got like the disc. And then I opened the box and just found a Steam code. And that's how I got Steam. Because I was like, where's my disc? I've been robbed. And then I was like, wow, this is like a new thing where you like download games. That's nuts. I thought it was really weird until someone explained to me that faster when you download them. I was like, what? So let us begin. Are we going to watch the video? Are we going to watch the video? Might get a copyright claim. Sod it.
Thank you. That's it. That's the video. We had all of these creative ideas for what we could do for this, but we realized we literally just want to say thank you. It's because of all of the gamers and publishers and developers that Steam even exists. And the feedback that you've given us and continue to give us is how we can work to make it better. So
I'm not just in there, so
please enjoy this page that we made. It's for all of you. And seriously, thank you. As you can see, no idea is a bad idea, right? I mean, it is a brainstorm session. Oh, okay. There are bad ideas. So thank you.
20 years, chat. 20 years. Art. Oh, let's not go through my recommended. So, it all began on the 12th of 2003. So actually, with that in mind then, I didn't realize how new Steam was. I really didn't know that at the time. I thought this thing had been around for ages. Okay, Valve launched in 2003 and was super proud and incredibly grateful for what I've been able to do in the last 20 years since. Steam's success is a direct result of players and developers around the world who use it, also known as money. We thought it would just be fun to look back at the top releases of each Steam year. Okay, here we go. Many of which are the sale or part of this celebration, including Valve titles, added some fun facts about both Steam and pop culture in general. But if I give us some leeway, I might as well aging grandparent. Yeah. Okay, so first things first. It's the heady year of 2003. Ghostmaster had just come out, chat. Ghostmaster had just come out. All connected. I warned you. It's all connected, chat. Ghost Hunter came out that year. MySpace launches. Arnold Schwarzenegger becomes the governor of California. And In the Club is the #1 song. And entering the club that year, Steam came out. God. So Steam came out the same year as Ghost Hunter. Ghostmaster. Huh. We first announced Steam the previous year at the 2029 Game Developers Conference. At the time of launch, we primarily use it to more deliver Valve games. The ultimate goal, however, was to give away well as a way to reach players and build their audience directly. But our friend Joe was dead against Steam and said he would never buy digital and only focus on physical games. Now he has the largest Steam library out of all of it. There we go. Man, slave to progress. I can see why though. Like my parents were like dead set against it too. Like they didn't, the idea of not owning a physical copy, they were like, sounds like a con where it would get taken away from you. But in the early days it wasn't. And it's only now they're kind of pushing that where it's like, oh yeah, we can kind of take away a game you own now. That's kind of a more modern interpretation, unfortunately. So let's begin. It's March 2004. Counter-Strike Condition Zero is the first game we launched on Steam. Half-Life 2 has its big debut on November 16th. Good God. In between these two releases, Codename Gordon comes out in May. A first ever third-party release on Steam. Unfortunately, the game is eventually delisted, but still an important part of Steam's history. Oof. Other fun facts from 2000. Oh, wait, Codename Gordon. Was that the PlayStation version? What version's that? No, it's a different one. Other news on Facebook and... Oh god, Facebook came out. That was the 2D side-scroller. Motorola launch. Google goes public. The Numa Kid hits the meme. God. Oh, was the Numa Kid ever relevant? There you go. And now, thanks to you lot, I have finished Half-Life 1. Thanks to all your support with that one. Half-Life 1 was one of the big ones. On the I wish I never finished franchise. So it was really nice to go through Opposing Force, Blue Shift, and 1. And if I've got to pick, if I got to throw down, I gotta admit, Blue Shift I think was my fave. Opposing Force is close second, because I miss Goo Gun. I miss the little good boy I picked off the ground and used as a gun. I miss him, chat. I miss him. I miss him so much. Company of Heroes in 2011. Yeah, that was one I got soon after, I think. I got money worth out of that one. But yeah, God, yeah. So Half-Life 1, I want to say thank you all. That was a big one for me, getting through that playlist. Will I play Half-Life 2? Because I never finished Half-Life 2. And neither did anyone else. I say, staring at the camera. I know you can't see me, but I'm hoping I'm projecting the hurt I was trying to inflict. No one's ever going to finish Half-Life 2. A big oof. Terraria soon after, which I sank my entire life into, probably. Oh yeah, I mean, the fact that Terraria and Minecraft to this day have little prompts about each other in the game is adorable. Like, I think the Minecraft loading screen has, like, have you tried Terraria in it? And now and then Terraria will say, have you played Minecraft? The fact they two have a little sort of, like, non-rivalry is adorable. Absolutely adorable. Counter-Strike completely passed me by. Absolutely passed me by, chat. I am not a skill-based person. I have always been skill-issued. People say that, and it's like, nah, man, it's a way of life. You don't get it. You do not get it. I've always been skillless. Saying it is a skill issue means nothing to me. It means nothing. I think I've mostly had prompts, but I did play a lot of like the second one, but that'll come up. All right, let's move on. 2005, Valve launches Day of Defeat. I've not played that, but I have played some of the things that spawned from it. Just a few weeks later, Ragdoll Kung Fu, the first third-party game, really the first ever third-party game. That's a cool distinction. Now you might be saying to yourself, wait, those fools just told me it was Codename Gordon. You are correct, we are fools. That aside, we had a bit of an internal debate since Codename Gordon was away so soon after launching, but the person authoring this people pleaser, she decided to include both and let their reader decide. What can I say? Well done, Steam. Well, really, thank you. 2005 is a big pop culture moment. YouTube is born in 2005. What did I even do before 2005? Oh wow. I'm not sure I did anything in 2000. I not even what. Tom Cruise declares his love for Katie Holmes by jumping on Oprah's couch, and Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston relationship goes the way of the year's most popular meme, which is to say, boom goes the dynamite. Alright, what we got this year? Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. Half-Life 2, Opposing Force. Wait, what? Oh no, these are the versions of it, I'm guessing. You know, Half-Life Source. Yeah, I was about to say, these... Opposing Force, wow. You hadn't gained sentience yet. I was born in 99 too. Oh damn, Half-Life 2 wasn't my first. Oh god, what was your first game? It's also great to say in library that turns up. Bejeweled Delight. There we go. Half-Life Opposing Force, fantastic, great game. Again, I miss my Goo Boy so much. I miss my Goo Gun just so much, chat. Day of Defeat again. Never played it, but played the things that spawned from it, like the dinosaur version. Counter-Strike Source. Now, this was basically mandatory and forced upon me by friends. It's safe to say. This one I kind of want to look into. It appears to be a Dwarf Fortress-esque, controlling the world to, like, save the nomad. It looks interesting. That might be a future stream. That could be a future stream, chat. Hell yeah. Team Fortress Classic. I have never played this. It's only because of... I think I only own it because of Orange Box or something. Because, you know, TF2 was, like, genre-defying. Like, you know... It was like one of the biggest multiplayer games up. I think only this year have I actually played other games more than I've played Team Fortress. And I nearly got back into it for a while. Like, that's the thing. I went back. It's still fun. It got the classic outlines and just I don't know. Maybe it's just the nostalgia kicking and talking, but simple game. It did me some good though. Like the classic messing around with strategies, different guns. Nothing more fun than unlocking a number of bots and having 5 guys trying to beat 20 bots in Counter-Strike. Oh yeah, I just loved the era of just hating certain bot names. That was always fun, like the smaller death matches. Ragdoll, I have never played that. And I'm curious now. With its legacy. But anyway, let's move on. The year is 2006. Half-Life 2 Episode 1 launches Beyond City 17 on June 1st. Other notable happenings, Nintendo releases the Wii. God. Nintendo releases the Wii. Twitter introduces it to the world of 140 characters or less. A mistake. Which is good timing since Western Union officially discounts all of the Telegram services for a week prior. This continues. Oh, wow. Western Union. Oh, that's a cool little bit of history. Western Union discontinues all of its Telegram services. God, I didn't even know that was like a lot still going then. Wow. Another thing discontinued this year, Pluto's planet. What? Another thing discontinued that year, Pluto's planet status. On the 24th, Pluto is demoted to a dwarf planet. Womp womp. Womp womp. What else is released that year? What? Oh, this is a good year. Okay, I've talked about Sin and we're going to play it. I also forgot that someone tried to do a... I'm not even sure what this is, like a revisiting of it, or like I think it's its own thing. I did not expect... Sin... I mean, the fact that Sin got a sequel at all is kind of amazing. But we had Western Union services. We did? I've never... Wow. Also, how? They discontinued in 2006. What? It's at a bank. Justice for Pluto, even though it was the right thing to do. Oh yeah, Pluto didn't... Yeah, like, it's the right thing to do. Pluto didn't deserve it, though. That's a good way of looking at it. Pluto didn't deserve what it got. It didn't deserve what it got. They dispute telegrams Western Union for money dispatch service. There we go. Yes, I know Western Union from the money days, yeah. The money days, back when I used to make cash. So yeah, you may see this one, chat. Sin episodes emergence. Because Sin, like, Because imagine, all right, chat. Okay, let's imagine this again. You. Oh my god, did it really make that mistake twice? Oh my god, it did. All right, so poor Sin, a very much of the of the time prior shooter, came out at the same time as Half-Life. This was a bad time to come out because Half-Life basically changed the way narratives were played in games. You know, the whole interactive environment, the interactions with people, set pieces. This was a big deal. Half-Life was one of the first ones to really go for that. And it released at the same time. And so as a result, it's kind of forgotten, even though it's quite a fun little game. That game got a sequel and all sorts. The fact that the same year they released Half-Life 2, they did it again. They released another Sin IP. Like, oh my god. Valve, why do you hate these people? Stop being so cruel. Let them have a year. So yeah, Sin's something we're never going to cover. I always really liked it, and it gets weird. It gets very dumb. And will be appearing in the next Iron Fury game as well. Like, they've revived him for God knows what reason. And it's like, yes, I'm so on board. I am so on board for that. I mean, God. I mean, Gary's mods. I mean, what do you even say about Gary's mod? Like, the amount of, like, just online shitposting this thing has caused to this day, right down to Skibbity Toilet. Like, I mean, it's an icon. Gary's mod is just, I don't know what I can say. The amount of, like, you know, like, Trouble in Terrorist Town, Prop Hunt, which originally ruled YouTube for a while. Like, this thing has always been around, and it keeps remaining to be relevant. It's absurd. Absolutely. It is basically one of the, like, greatest. Hey, Dr. Snow. Gary's mod is king. Yeah, we'll just say 2006, like... I mean, again, we're in 2023... And they're still making that Skibbity Toilet thing out of it. Like it's not going to go away anytime soon because it is a publicly accessible, functional, workshopped to dear God heaven. Like, I don't think we're going to see Gary mod like vanish anytime soon. It is shockingly relevant. Still. Not to mention all the like YouTube poops and like videos I watched growing up. Like, it is absurd. And speaking of going from a king to a queen, Dark Messiah, Might of Magic. We will be playing this at some point. Hands down. Some of the speedruns I've seen of this are fantastic. Full-on Zorro levels of, like, jumping out of windows, throwing a box in the air, knocking people over, taking a step back, and the box lands on... So, like, it is... I love this game. Like, it had a good, fun story. It had a sexy, totally not succubus that lived in you and was totally not evil at all. It totally did not awaken things in me, as she talks about how you'll learn to love the pain. Like, don't worry about it. It didn't have any lasting effect, I swear. But yeah, I mean, to have these side by side for me is such a huge deal. Hands down, like Dark Messiah, Might of Magic. It was my introduction to the Might of Magic franchise. Haven't they recently allowed people to Dark Messiah source code and given people permission to do what they want? I did not know that. If so, I wouldn't be surprised, just because like the things like the community has kept that thing alive. Like there's patches and also like there is a rabid little fan base for this game, and rightly so. Absolutely rightfully so. It has something so charming about it. The spider caves on the island can bite me though. They were a pain in the ass. But the whole storytelling of it was great. And I want to say fairly evil-coded game. Like, I felt the evil choice was the right choice. Like, just in terms of the characters and the writing, like... Because the good aligned love interest, like, God, even she comes off as just Boobs McGee. So bad. It reminds me of the Baldur's Gate boob logic we spoke of earlier. Yeah, she's definitely of that era of, like, it's the same chest from that game, just on a different model. This double check, Ubisoft gives modders free reign to develop modding SDK for Dark Messiah. Yeah, baby! Woo! I will love to see more stuff done with that. Oh my god, what a game. We're going to play that, chat, 100%. Oh. DEF CON, one of the first games I ever got. I was so bad at it. I mean, everyone dies in my runs, so, you know, I mean, fair enough. Red Orchestra, I only really played the predecessors, so I don't have much to say. The Ship, yes, Murder Party games, which I don't think really came into their own until late. I want to say, like, man, maybe I'm just misremembering, but I felt like there was a time where these were, like, a huge deal. I want to say, like, stuff like Among Us really sort of brought back the era of those games. So now there's tons of those games trying to do that kind of formula now. So it's actually kind of weird. This is kind of a predecessor to that. So I think around this point you got the Assassin's Creed games that with the similar game mode, which I actually found really fun. And of course Half-Life Episode 1. I mean, of course that's on here because again they're trying to kill Sin, which I think is why Sin's on the list. It's like an apology. So yeah, I mean, I played this before I played Half-Life 1, so my memories of Half-Life, and it made me realize like how different the games are. Like people going into Half-Life 2 must have been such a weird experience, but once again, it was really going for that story and set piece. And screw Zen. I now hate Zen. I was better off as a human being before we did that playthrough. I now hate Zen, and like, you know, I mean, you know, Hot Beverages did do an expertly nicely cut clip of me just expressing my feelings of that. Alright, let's move on. It's 2007. Holy crap, Valve is busy on Steam this year. We launched Portal, Team Fortress 2, Half-Life... Oh, wow! And the Orange Box. Ah, so this must have been around... I want to say 2008, 2007. It must have been when I got into Steam. Because I got bullied to get all of these. It was demanded of me to get all of these. Holy crap, that was busy. So Portal, Team Fortress 2, and Half-Life 2 Episode 2 comes out alongside the Orange Box. Oh, wow, that's a heavy year. Oof. Wow. I mean, Team Fortress 2, obviously, just iconic at this point for me. Basically the character shooter of choice. The amount of time I have spent loving, bitching about, being annoyed, having a massive fun time. I think I had a slight resentment towards Dark Messiah. It was the first thing Ubisoft did with the Might and Magic series, and it was nothing like Heroes. I can understand that, because up to that point, Might and Magic had, you know... yeah, it was never a third-person action game. It was never a first-person action game. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Didn't they go into the sort of party-based explore stuff as well? Like, so I can get that. I'm not even... Awesome game on its own, but yeah, you could have just called it anything else. It probably still would have been good. Like, is any of the lore in Dark Messiah even relate to any of the other games? Like, is it actually set in the same world? I don't remember. I don't remember any similarities. Like, I can't stress this enough. A partner basically forced me to buy like Might Magic Heroes. Like, I wasn't given a choice. It was the first thing I was forced to buy on GOG, I think. I mean, Company of Heroes, again, there we go, 2007. Class. I mean, God, I could go on about Team Fortress for so long. Like, this, the content over the years, the weird stories that panned out, the fact that, you know, I'm still pro-blue. Heroes is a standalone. I don't remember the plot of Dark Messiah too well. Basically, you're the Sorcerer's Apprentice. You're sent off to do a mission, and it's slowly revealed that you have a far grander fate. I remember a lot of that story. It's great. And you have a spirit bound to you, and it's not, you know, sexual at all. Nope, not at all. A woman does not straddle you and say, you'll learn to enjoy the pain. No, I don't remember that vividly at all in grim detail. Not at all. But yeah, great game. But yeah, Team Fortress 2, just iconic. 2-Fort Turbine. The random modding community. I annoyingly got out of this game where it really hit a renaissance. Because I've seen some streamers who talk about their old TF2 content, and things got amazing. Like the modded maps, stuff like that. And I just wasn't really confident in communities back then, because, oh my god, it is just amazing what they did with TF2. Yeah, it's one of those things, I know it's nostalgia speaking, but god, I had so much fun playing this. It is up there for me. And it proved to me that as much as I like character acting shooters and stuff, like, you don't need powers sometimes. It is all about just the weapons and what they give you. Because that's what someone pointed out to me. Because like, oh yeah, I love the character abilities in TF2. But it's like, yeah, but your weapons gave you character abilities. Like, I never really thought of it that way. But yeah, just all the items, the weapons were in themselves abilities. You know, they would change your movement, how you moved around, rocket jumping, grenade launching, sticking, like, all these different tools would change how you played. And it really sort of hammered that home to me. I'm using the wrong term here, but basically, like, the charge and targe, like, you'd charge when you had that equip, like you didn't have character abilities in that game, and I really like character abilities, but it's because the weapons gave you them. They changed your movement, how you played, and that's what made me realize, like, having stuff tied to the arsenal is just as good, if not better, is basically what I'm saying. Like, you know, like, depending on, like you would see someone coming at you, and in TF2 you would want to know what weapons they're using. You'd look at the profile of the weapon, because that would basically tell you how they're gonna kill you or try and kill you. And God, the amount of, like, turret-filled corridors we've had to bust, like, that was possibly one of the most frustrating and fun things, was just trying to break through defenses and things like that, because, man, they became hellholes. To the hellholes of death. And, like, the amount of strategies people would pull, like, yeah, but yeah, like, in TF2 in particular, the weapons changed how you played so much. Like, the Sniper Girardi, I played Sniper Girardi a lot, and the Boma, just the Huntsman, and it just changed how you played and what your priorities were so much, and in hindsight, oh my god, that's so good. Alright, I'm going to stop talking about it because I will literally talk about TF2 forever. Company of Heroes, great game. Hands down, one of my first RTSs my friends made me play. This was, like, during the time where, like, I was just getting into, like... Oh, wait, no, we won't talk about that until I actually see it, actually. Basically, me being a huge, like, coward in RTSs, and now I'm a reckless, absolute asshole. so yeah, I learned. And, of course, the classic Hitman Blood Money. Woo! I might return to this someday. I did enjoy showing off the dumb way I used to play, because, like, I was so used to action games. I was really bad at stealth. And don't get me wrong, like, I can do stealth runs. I'm an impatient person, chat. You know that. You've seen me play Thief. You know I like having lots of, like, plates to juggle at once. That's why I liked Dave the Diver, I think, just because there was, like, 50 things you could be doing at once. But fantastic game. Introduced me to the Hitman series. This was, like, the first one. I saw someone playing the prior one, but never actually played it myself, because it was like, no, you're too young. You can sit and watch me kill people, though. And I was like, okay. Because, you know. Oh, God, it reminds me of a game called Black Friday. We might play one day. It's about a guy getting, like, his daughter kidnapped or something, and then he's, like, driving around London trying to deal with it, but it was weirdly GTA, so it was, like, this really dramatic thing where you could take prisoners and stuff, and people wouldn't shoot and break neck. It was like, weirdly graphic, but goofy, because it was open world. Like, it kind of, like, ruined its own tone, because you could just do dumb stuff in London. Oh. But yeah, Hitman, Blood Money, amazing. I still love Ave Maria because of it. Like, just, what a beautiful game. BioShock! I mean, aesthetically, goddamn gorgeous. The audiobook's quite good. Really just a big tale of, you know, rich people are kind of jerks. You literally ruined two people, like, especially if you read the book as well. They both had it coming big time. Oh, what a game. And, you know, and the moral choice, in hindsight, at the time, oh my god, you could kill this kid and get Adam or not kill them, oh my god. Like, but looking back, god, it's really bad. Like, the moral choices are kind of garbage. Like, it's literally just, nah, yeah, sure, evil girl vanishes and you suddenly have Slug. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just hindsight. But it didn't need to be, though, that's the thing. I'm not saying it needs to be redone or it was bad, it's... My brother bought me BioShock, I think. I still haven't installed it. Fun little game. It is worth watching speedrun through. Like, I've seen people play through it where it's just like wrench playthroughs, and for some reason it's fantastic when you do it. The ending where you do save all the girls is like the canon ending, basically, and it's just too sweet. It is one of the nicest endings I've seen in a game. Just him on his deathbed, and she's like, one of the girls is reminiscing, like, I always wondered why you saved us, and it's just like him, and they're all holding his hand, and she's like, I think I know now, and it's like, oh, it's so sweet. Especially messed up when you read the book, and it basically spells out all the stuff they did and what was going on. And yeah, basically, a lot of people now are really big scumbags. I did it on console as a reason. Makes sense. I mean, yeah, it was a console game. Like, it was designed that way. It was just good. It was a good time. Started a franchise that would have ups and downs in the coming years, to say the least. Never really played Call of Duty. I never really got into Call of Duty. Call of Duty Zombies, though. I still have a yearning to play that, even now. Like even now, if I could find an active like game for Call of Duty Zombies, I would. Like, there's something about it, chat, that always, because I played a lot of Call of Duty's World at War Zombies and World at War. I played a lot of that. That's like the COD. That's COD for me, you know. That was COD for me. I played COD Zombie on Gmod. Gmod, preserving history. Again, Half-Life, not much I can say. That may well be a future thing to play on, so I will move on. I bought BO3 purely for the zombie. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It got to that point where Zombies was a separate install. Like, it was getting to that point now. I think some of them it is straight up a different install. Like, I still think it should have been a spin-off series. So when Scoops bought the Code of 4, I went to his house and played through the campaign. Did it about 6 hours. I don't know if he ever touched it. Yeah, it's one of those games. But then, obviously, I mean, this, again, iconic meme material. The puzzles, the mechanics. What can I even say about this? It's one of the first games I played on Steam. We loved the first 3 and didn't like the switch to modern shooter. Yeah, I can get that, because Call of Duty kind of, yeah, it's... Yeah, that's the whole point of them switching back was such a big deal. Weirdly, on the Battlefront side, I have never loved a Battlefront more than Battlefront 1. God, I loved that so much. I wish the community wasn't just full of hackers. I mean, it isn't, but, like, you know what I mean? When I was playing it, it was pretty evident there was, like, they've basically given up on it. Like, they move on to the next Battlefield and just kind of forget the game exists. Shame the most recent modern one got kind of such a bad, like... that is definitely a new trend at the moment, just bad releases, and then they kind of fix it in post, and it's just like, that shouldn't be something, that shouldn't really be something we accept as normal now, but no, it's just the way things are now. Give me World War II any day. Yeah, I can't deny that. I love World War II weapons. It's just, I have an affinity. But yeah, Portal, I mean, what can I possibly say about Portal that's not already been said? It's just one of those games that you play if you get online. It's a good puzzle game. Naturalized tutorials, you know, each section teaches you how to play. The story was cool and interesting. The humor was fun. The bloody cake meme haunted us for years to come, decades to come. And the end song is still adorable. Still like one of the most well-loved villains. But I see you peeking up down. I see you down there. My God. It's 2008. November this year marks the release of Left 4 Dead. Also, we introduced Steamworks, a set of tools and services for developers and publishers to build their games and get their most out of distribution on Steam. Steam Cloud arrives this year too, allowing developers to save their game files remotely, and players to access their saved games on Steam servers from any computer. Other things that introduced themselves in 2008, Android phones, Airbnb, and the first movie in the Twilight Saga. Wow, what a November. But Left 4 Dead, look at it! Look at it, chat! Look at it! Left 4 Dead. Oof, what a game. Possibly one of the biggest co-op games I've played, obviously with friends and stuff. That was just the game. Crysis, of course, you know, if you really want to test if your computer's, like, I doubt even this laptop could even play it. Because you can't play Crysis. It's too powerful. The game's just too powerful. Audio surf? I was not expecting audio surf, but hell yeah. Left 4 Dead is my playstyle. I don't really mesh with our friends, so I would always get left behind. Yeah, it's. I guess because we played it so much, it did develop that whole like fast and furious, go 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 go, like rather than room clearing and sort of slower pace. Because I think the game, especially on the harder difficulties, would just start like massively punishing you for like taking a slower pace or a more methodical approach. I think a good example of that is like the fact that Darktide and stuff and Vermintide, like even there was a certain pace you had to go at. So it definitely encourages that playstyle now, I think. That said, Darktide, everyone. It's getting the skill tree. I'm so happy. But yeah, Left 4 Dead. I mean, God. I mean, this led to... You ever played the Globtastic maps in Left 4 Dead 2? No, I played the Minecraft one. I played the Minecraft one and I think the Crash Bandicoot one. Definitely worth a look though. There's like more weird maps. It's been a few years, but it's worth going into because the can of worms this game would open is absurd. Again, Gmod. There's the amount of dumb stuff featuring this lot that would get created, and then of course just the mods. The mods replace every zombie, every specialist type, every weapon. Stream playing the Gubtastic ones, because I'll look into that. I'll make a note of that. Let me get my paper. What's my paper? Gubtastic. Where's my paper? Gubtastic. Left 4. Ah, I've been bleeding. What? I think I got like a paper cut or something. I've been bleeding this entire time. Oh god, which probably means like there's probably just an item of clothing covered in blood now. I've not noticed. But anyway, the thing about Left 4 Dead was the first times I played it, I treated it like a horror game. It scared the hell out of me. The atmosphere, the undead, like it was scary. And then you know, cut to like a couple of years later, and it's like modded to high heaven and just stupid violence. There are 4 of them and an extra survival mode map. I'll check that out. I'll check those out. So Crisis, again, not really much to say on this one. Just, I mean, it's play it, watch it. It's just one of those games. Like, I don't think I ever finished it just because, yeah, just didn't have a machine that could run it. Oh God. Liberty City, God, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I only played a bit of this. I don't know. I preferred Miami. I preferred Vice. It was more colorful. I didn't like this era of drabness. Is all I gotta say. I just didn't. I do remember getting angry about phone calls from your cousin. Maybe I should give it a revisit someday. But I'm actually okay. Now here's something I did play the hell out of. My God, I played so Far Cry 2. I got weird memories of this game. We're gonna do the map walk on this map eventually. I do want to, if the weekend's Oblivion stream goes well. This was another one I played. I'd like to go on a hike on. I just remember it because I got like the tranquilizer gun, which I loved. I remember crouching in a bush and an NPC peed on me. I remember taking diamonds. I remember finding out that sometimes your AI companions would just actually die because they all had backstories and stuff. And I remember this old dude that would often like come like help me out with a magnum. He was great. I think it was the Swedish dude. And I went over to him, healed him, and the game was just like, yeah, no, he can't heal this time. And he just kind of like grabs your hand and sort of like nods and then just passes away. And a young me was just like, oh my God, he died. Like I was devastated. Like we revived each other so many times, and but one time he just didn't get up. Just did the whole like grab your hand thing, gave you a sort of like look and a nod, and just bleh. And I'm not sure if I just misunderstood something as a kid or something, but all I know is that emotionally I've never recovered. Never recover. Like I'm not like, if we go back to that game, it's gonna be a tearful reunion for me. You know? It could be a real tearful reunion. And also malaria. We're gonna be reunited with malaria. So yeah, what a That game's got weird memories for me. That's gonna be a weird one to return to be honest. I played so much of that. I did not get into Stalker. It's a game I want to get into. I'm probably gonna have to end up getting into with modded versions at some point, but it is a big thing to get into. So I must admit, my Stalker arrogance is high. It's pretty high, and I do apologize. Alright. I'm a boat. Left 4 Dead 2 comes... Oh, yes, I know. Here we go. Because people got really upset about this at the time. Because it was like, oh, you know, sequel so soon. They should have just been in the main game. If it weren't for the fact Left 4 Dead 2 was kind of amazing. The game saved... Like, I get why people were mad, but yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 was such an amazing game. And the fact that whole of Left 4 Dead 1 is now in it is great. Right in time for the holidays. Had no great evidence. Feedback one might want to prepare receive from our co-workers. No. Let's just go on. Moving on. In December, the movie Avatar. Avatar was in 2009. Oh, God. And goes on to becoming the highest grossing movie of all time. What were we playing at the time? We were playing... Oh, God. We were playing Borderlands 1. Yeah, played that a lot. An absolute ton. The amount of co-op campaigns that were started and never finished. Left 4 Dead 2, again, thanks to modding, was played into the absolute ground. It is one of the most co-op games I've ever done. Nothing else to say. Fear 2, not what I expected. But played it a lot. It's Fear. Of course I enjoyed it. It was Fear. The horror shooter that very quickly became action and just kick ass as hell. Like, not really much to say. Dawn of War 2, only recently got it, actually. I will admit, only recently bought it. It's one of those series that kind of passed me by. I wasn't really in an RTS crowd, which really sucks, because it never really encouraged me to play them, because it was just me on my own. But, that's changed. I've changed. And also just one of those formulas where it's like 40k really shined, and I wish they like did more of, because it just makes sense. Killing Floor, again, just played the hell. I mean... It was like Left 4 Dead, but it like hordes. Like, you know, it was amazing. You know, to my like fresh mind, this was like incredible. Torchlight, I think that one flew me by. It wasn't until like Torchlight 2 I think I got interested. So I didn't really have the backing with Diablo and stuff like that before I had that. Alright. So that was a good year, 2009. Let's keep going though. Adds Mac support, Steam Wallet, and TF2 in-game store. Oh god! It begins, chat! The time of hats and trading. The time of crates. I'm not sure this is a good memory to have, to be honest. This changed people. What else was going on? Ooh, a year of sequels. Oh my god. The damage. The damage this game has caused. I still have to... Yeah, still so did I. And Steam never gave you an ability to just delete them. It sucked. It sucks. You can't just get rid of them. Man, this is a year of sequels. Wow. Now, here's the thing. Mafia? The Mafia series? Actually, like, really good. I really got into them. Like... It was one of those series that I don't think I heard anyone ever really talk about, but I played so much. Civilization obviously was going to do well. It's Civilization. I mean, god, that, again, iconic. What can I possibly say about Civ? I'm also really bad at it, so I have nothing to say about Civ. Bioshock 2 obviously was a massive biggie. Because you got to play as the Big Daddy. It was cool as hell. And the whole parent thing, and again, just the more messed up things. And the setup of which is also in the book of Bioshock. It's almost like the entire thing was a bad idea. However, did introduce us to, like, reintroduce us all to, like, the music of the era, which is fantastic. Mass Effect 2, good god. Space horniness continues. And remember, if you romance someone in the first game and romance someone else in the second game, you'd face their portrait down during the love scene. Or if you chose no one, you would just hug it. You'd just hug it. Oh, what a weird... again, never played this one. I played the first one, and then it was just like... Even at a young age, I was like, man, I don't have the 50 hours to play this. So I didn't. Meanwhile... The game that basically requires mods now to run. Because the poor thing barely runs as it is. But obviously iconic. Like, it's goddamn New Vegas. Like, what can I possibly say? I've started so many missions on this, played with so many mods. I spent, like, I mean, Fallout 4 is more guilty of this. I've spent hours modding Skyrim or Fallout 4 only to not play them because I've spent so much time modding them. So poor Vegas falls into that camp. Though there are some really cool mods and stuff that I might try on stream. There's some really good horror ones, which completely change how the game plays. I really like that kind of weird, gimmicky stuff like we can like experiment with. Everyone remembers their first booby mod in Bethesda. We're all waiting for it for Starfield. We're all just waiting, quietly and patiently. Some fantastic full overhaul mod. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's so much to go there. So, we'll look into that, chat. We'll definitely go into like a Fallout phase at some point, and I'll cry. Like, I'm just gonna like cry all over that chat. But I'll do it. I'll cry doing it, but I'll get it done. Because that's gonna be like tech issues galore. But I'd love to like dabble in some of that. Like I know there's a really good horror mod for Left 4 Dead, Fallout 4. Which is really interesting to me. It's basically Silent Hill. It looks so interesting. So I got to make the first Skyrim nude and had the Starfield one ready to go. What a guy! Just hire. Then again, I was about to say just hire this man, but apparently I don't think he's probably too smart to work for Bethesda. Black Ops. Again, whoosh over my head. I watched nothing but people playing the zombie mode. Just Cause 2. Wow, was that really then? God. I mean, Just Cause was another series which was just like, just fun, and it did well. I've watched someone set the speedrun record a few times on this, and it just seems like a joy. It's one of those things, I couldn't 100% get into it, but the fact that other people loved it so much made me grin. Like, that's another way to put it. Like, the love I've seen for this game is incredible. Nude mods like Atlas holding up the entire equipment section of every Bethesda modding scene. Some of the actual like framework. The thing is, like, a lot of them ended up like getting so good at the framework it became like a big deal. Like, other people would like be like, "Oh, to use this mod, I use this like porn mod because it has fantastic modeling." So be careful. Like, some people playing certain mod packs would be like, okay, we're going to play this mod pack because it's really good and has all these really cool story elements and equipment. However, I'm not going to take my pants off because I don't know if I have a penis. It's like, there's that level of fear. Okay, interesting. The word load was censored. Okay, Twitch, what's been going on that you had to put that into the auto mod? Load. I'm glad enough people like Just Cause 1 enough it got a sequel that was great. It became a full franchise, yeah. Yeah, no, Titty was fine. Titty was fine. It was the fact that you used the disgusting phrase load. Grouty load. Alright, 2011, Portal 2. Well, Portal 2 speaks for itself. Steam Workshop introduced the centralized place for player-made content. The biggest mistake and greatest thing they've ever done. Rift, absolutely no memory of that at all. Skyrim. Alright, so we're just gonna like... So basically, Bethesda is Skyrim for the next 20 years. Like, what is this? 2000, like... It's in 2011, chat. It's now 2003. 2023. Wow. Think of that. And let's not forget as well, they announced the next game, and they've only now started working on it. Just to remember that. Just remember that for a second. They announced they were making it, and then didn't start making it till this year. And I'm gonna say it, Skyrim wasn't even that good. I mean, it's a map we're gonna have to wander on eventually. I feel like if the whole like me going on walks thing takes off, we're gonna end up back in Skyrim. Everyone ends up back in Skyrim, and not to mention again, modding scene absolutely absurd. Skyrim VR amazing. Portal 2, again, they have been working on Starfield and Fallout 66. Yeah, but it's just the fact that they announced it to basically up their share. It's just one of those things. Like, what? You weren't even working on it. Like, you got everyone's hopes up. I like Skyrim. I feel it gets an unfair flat. Oh, it's fun to meme on at the end of the day. I mean, God, we all bought it. We all played it. Like, I think at this point, most of the hate it gets is mostly just us memeing. Like, I don't think anyone genuinely, like, it's like, oh my God, it's the worst game ever. It's like, nah. With its modding potential and the way things worked, it was great. I played it tons. I've spent hours modding it and not playing it. So yeah, it's not going to get any just hate from me. Kind of great aside from the, yeah, again, the main story sucks. The main story quest lines suck. The faction quest, yeah, everyone's kind of a douche. Just get lost and find what you can. That was always the cool thing. Portal 2, obviously, amazing. Co-op, in which I lost all resemblance of sanity. I was playing it. We got through the game with all the gushing goo for so long without a single word or giggle, and then for some reason we got to this like midway point. One of us said something, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life as we both just crumbled because we had the humor of frickin' children. The Thieves Guild is subpar, the Mages Guild is terrible, the Companions are yeah, they're not exactly memorable. Like, I barely remember them. Like, God. But yeah, Portal 2. Yeah, Portal 2, I remember more for the co-op. I've never finished it. And I will be playing it on Friday. We will be seeing this game on Friday, chat. It will be taking the place of I Never Finished. So we will begin the I Never Finished Portal 2 series. I finished Portal 1. I did finish Portal 1. One of the first games I ever finished, in fact, because it was really good. So yeah, you'll be seeing me on Friday. Moving on to Retribution, not until something I really got into until a friend recently took me through these games in co-op. They were really fun. Again, it's one of those things I picked up after the fact. The idea of co-op campaigns in these games, I always think is amazing and should be done a lot more. It's a really cool idea. And the fact that it was in like some of the old Command & Conquer and Red Alert games is just like, why is this not standard? It's just really good and fun. Terraria, I mean, it's up there with Minecraft. I mean, God, I played this loads with friends. Didn't get into it as much. Yeah, co-op RTS is so underdone. Very underdone. So underdone. Again, Terraria, I mean, it's how many Terraria games or servers have people started over the years? It's up there with Minecraft. Magicka, amazing, stupid. I will never be able to control it right. It's great. I'm trash. I admit it. I could not get through this game. I just can't. I learned the blue screen spell, and then I just trust fate to kill the enemies before me. Or you just pick one of the skins with a gun and just play it through that way. Which, you know, is also really good. Which included a, or maybe that was the second game, where you just get straight up a Space Marine outfit. However, when it comes to RTS, Total War Shogun. You should add it to I Never Finished. Oh, God. That might be a bit low on the list, but yeah. Like, oh, it just don't play it with so long sense. Or just 4-player Magicka stream with chat. Oh, God. Just, like, bring chat in. Like, come, my wizards. Or we all just pick guns, and it says, onward! Suffer not the witch to live! I'll just bring my Hammer of the Witches book, which I do have somewhere. I do have the translated Hammer of Witches. I'll just read passages as we fight. But Total War Shogun 2, amazing game. Still is amazing. I still have the terribly, which I think at this state may just be racist. The urge to yell, "Shameful display, my lord! Shameful display!" And shameful display, and what was the other one he said? A great victory will soon be yours. A great victory will soon be yours. Oh, the shout outs and stuff. I got through most of the game. I catch Staff of Thunderbolts and Knife of Counter Striking. Yes. I should have probably mentioned about Counter Strike. The fact that Door Stuck is still like one of my favorite things of all time. Door Stuck. There's the stages of grief and just bargaining. It's beautiful. Door stuck. Door stuck. But yeah, this in particular I played with someone, and this was the time where I was such a absolute wimp at these games. I had no confidence in the battle mechanics and stuff like that. I only really got engaged when I had overwhelming superiority. And so I was really bad and nervous and terrible at them. And the contrast now, especially with the Warhammer wand, I am so aggressive. Like, I will throw down over the smallest thing, and I'll fight the battles. I play this so much now. The Total War series. I really should get back into the streamer can have a little racism as a treat. I'm just saying what the game says. Alright, I'm just saying what the game says, and I'm saying how much I liked the reinforcement. I felt proud. Unfortunately, yes, it does come off as a little racist when, you know, you and your friends are doing something, and the urge to yell, that was a shameful display in a certain accent does... It's strong! It's strong! Oh, but God, yeah, I went from... Well, basically, and the fact that DLC... Okay, one, guns were amazing in this. It felt really cool. The whole Christianity, Buddhism, like, faction wars going on. The fact that I just hated certain factions so much because I never had a good relationship with them and they were such a pain in the ass. The fact that it would bug out so the paper doors would just open and shut repeatedly and give me massive giggle fits. And again, playing with this person, like, I played with this person, like, for those who know, it's Luxus. We played so much of this. And, I did this big thing about playing it together, stuff like that, and like, me just being an absolute wimp. And then he played with me in Total War 2 and 3, and was just like, you really are different the way you used to be, as I'm setting up this, like, complicated firing line, which then, as the enemy retreat, becomes, like, a weird checkerboard funnel. So as they're running... they're just getting gunned down. And it's like, yeah, you played differently. And I kind of learned. Yeah. I have embraced the violence in my heart. I'm also just a sucker and idiot who buys their stupid stuff. That's the other thing as well. It's like, I know they have such predatory, stupid fucking practices, and it's scummy, and I hate it, but God, I still fall for it like an idiot. Because I really love the content. I really do. It is fun to play all the factions. It's fun to play against the factions. It's just, I need to use more mods for random starts, though. I'd love to put some factions in places they're not usually. Like, that for me is fun. The new challenges, the fact that, like, you know, Empire players only really fight against these factions, really. So I'd love to plant them somewhere else. My Warhammer standard is 3 or 4 chevrons to catch the enemy in blobs, with handgunners stood back aiming between the chevrons to slice them up. Faith, steel, and powder. Yeah, it's a stolen tactic. I'm trying to get into cavalry and chariots because they require so much micromanagement, but God, they're annoying. And you know, just sometimes you just want to like be ass on it and just abuse the system by having zombies. There's so many gimmicks and dumb things you can do, but I think that's good. A game should let you do that, like, because it's like, oh yeah, you can totally beat the game with nothing but zombies. Yeah, but it takes so much work. Like, it's not unbalanced if it took someone like 40 hours to finish the first 20 turns. It's like, nah, it's an exploitation, but it certainly costs you bloody time, so good enough. And it can't be used in the multiplayer online, so. Or if you want to be in tournaments, people will just tell you not to do it, so yeah, it's fine. I do sometimes think I should return and give Rome a go and Medieval, like, give a go to all those, like... Does anyone... Okay, who remembers the TV show where you would, they would play basically a Total War game, and they would do historical battles from the past? It was a TV show, 2 people would get the actual general's table, and then they would have to tell the people at the consoles to do the commands. But because this was all like computer stuff, what it basically meant was the people weren't at the computer, they were just standing next to someone at a computer. Right, rocket battles only count as war crimes if the enemy survives. There's no Geneva Convention in the Empire. What are you talking about? What's a war crime? Though that said, I was playing a campaign this morning. Something went wrong. I played a little bit during the day, and for some reason, my Carl Franz game, the Necromancer from Bretonnia ended up in the Empire. Bretonnia declared war on me. Everything just wasn't... I was just like wondering what the hell was going on. Everything fell apart. Absolutely nonsense. And there was like beastmen at my front door immediately sieging my city. It was the most I've never seen the AI make these choices before. Like, I just don't get how there was a necromancer in the middle of the Empire taking cities. And it's like, wait, you're from Bretonia. I go to check out what's happening in Bretonia. They declare war on me. It's like, what? And Marienburg, for the first time ever, is like, yo, do you want a confederacy? And I'm like, sure. Just, I don't know. Maybe they updated the AI or something. But yeah, but what's the name of that game? What was the name of that game, chat? Let's see if I can find it. Because I want to know what version of Total War they were playing. Because they must have been playing Total War. Game show, Total War. Marienburg actually offering to join. Yeah, well, I didn't ask them. They came to me. I just clicked the button, easy deal. And for some reason, they were just like, yo, we'll just immediately accept. We'll immediately accept. And this was because I think it's because of a prior turn I offered to join their war in exchange for another. It just I don't even know. Oh yeah, Total War. I forgot about Total War Fury, like Pharaoh. Am I actually gonna bother with that? Man, I don't know. Am I gonna bother with that? It's a weird one. It's not really an era I'm super interested in, but it's still cool as hell because it's Egyptian. But it's still like, huh. If I get some war elephants. Time Commanders! I put in Time Commanders and it's like, hey, the Washington Commanders are playing. It's like, no. Time Commanders is a technological game show that originally aired on BBC Two from September 4 to the March. Man, that would be a watch party. Who wants a Time Commanders watch party on the Discord? We'll just tune in and watch an episode a week. And just like tut our tongues about their like strategies. What was the actual game though? Was it a game they made up or was it just... Yeah, the game engine was based on Rome Total War. The game released a year later. Rome Total War designer Mike Rutten Time Commanders did use Rome code pretty much as is, with tweaks for different troop types and camera controls. The televised program contained no reference to the original software powering 3D visuals due to the BBC's rules against product placement. However, Rome Total War makers, the Creative Assembly, were named in the credits of the show with a specific mention of them providing the game engine. So I need to play Rome, basically. I need to play Rome Total War at some point. Actually playing a modified Rome Total War, because it wasn't released till later, which astounds me. A released strategy game produced by the Creative Assembly and published by Activision. The same process is used for historical channel documentary series Decisive Battles. That's dope. So yeah, we may do that. Maybe either watch Time Commanders or I'll just get Rome Total War and just play some of the scenarios. That could be a good way to get into it, because I was worried about, like, I do kind of want to stream some Total War stuff at some point. It's hard to do, I think, credit, because you got to be at least halfway decent, and I'm not. I can play. I'm vicious. I'm not good, but I'm vicious. So much time playing Rome Total War LAN parties. I preferred the expansion because it had an army I liked in it. Yeah, I get that. Again, the expansion stuff was usually actually quite good. Extra factions. I love war elephants with a passion. Love me some war elephants. Alright, let's scroll down. 2012. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty horrific. God, like, the amount of tournaments still going on with that. I mean, it was released in 2012. We're still having tournaments of it now. There's teams dedicated to that game. Like, holy hell. I could never care about ranking it, though, at all. I will never. Steam community market. Big mistakes and greatness. Big picture mode. Oh, do you know big picture mode, right? Do you remember that thing you accidentally click on all the time, chat? You've seen that, right? Big picture mode. You accidentally click it, like, all the time. And this year was the most over-quoted thing on the planet. Dishonored, alright. I stand by what I say, though. Dishonored was okay, but if you wanted a decent story, you had to choose the good path. There was no moral choice in that game. It was, do you want the good or bad ending? There was no moral there. Max Payne 3. I gotta admit, I kind of liked it. It wasn't what I expected, but It felt gritty, it felt brutal. I also love the idea that Max is just, you know, dealing with the consequences of booze and painkillers. As he always has. Torchlight 2, again, started so many of these games, never finished. Never finished. Good game, just never finished it. Again, Black Ops passed over me. Borderlands played a ton with friends to completion. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was dumb. I know some of the humor, like some people got really tired of the humor and stuff, but I enjoyed the ride. And I also just am a real big sucker for the art style. Like a good visual can really just like take me. You know what I mean? If it's a good visual style, I can forgive a lot. Far Cry 3, would we ever travel the map? I'm not really sure. It's not really a game that has a great engine. I never finished Borderlands 2, didn't gel with any of the classes like I did one. Yeah, it was going for a very... I could understand that. Would I do anything with Far Cry 3? I don't know if I would do anything with Far Cry 3. It was alright. I don't know. There's nothing really sticks to my mind, really. But Dishonored, I never play it. Like I said, I just did not. It just irked me. The game irked me. All these cool tools and basically unusable if you wanted a decent ending. Just irked me. XCOM, great game. I'm trash and don't have the patience. I'm just gonna outwardly admit it. The most progress I've made in this game is one of the characters being named after me. Map walking Far Cry Primal. Okay, so one of the first games I tried to stream was Far Cry Primal. I tried to do an Iron Man speedrun. Well, not speedrun. I did a Iron Man run. I died in the first mission. A random cougar attacked me and killed me. So maybe we'll attempt that one day. But a map walk in Far Cry Primal, hell yeah. An actual playthrough. I love that game. Like Far Cry Primal is my favorite Far Cry game. It did something really cool, really unique. It had a dumb reference to the laser dragons from Far Cry Dragon, Neon Dragon. Like just what a game! Like. An absolutely amazing game, awesome. Throwing spears were cool as hell. Like, just throwing everything was cool as hell. Never used the bow, because I was a savage. The bow was too sophisticated for the likes of me. I would throw a club at your head instead. Ugh, 2 club. Jeez, Ugh, how come they let you have 2 clubs? And then I'd hit them for talking to me. But yes, I did try an Iron Man run. Immediately failed. I think there's even a clip of it still buried somewhere. It was pretty horrendous. Could be something I could attempt to do one day. Maybe I'll become enough of a gamer and I'll be like, alright, we're going to do an Iron Man run and just see how far I can get in a stream. Just living it dangerous. Just live as a terrified Neanderthal. Just absolutely terrified of every sound. A true gremlin coward stream. Just hiding in the long grass crying. Once again, our differences rise up. I did everything with a bow and stealth. My large black cat, yeah. Oh, the animal companion, hands down, never been better. I wish to pet all the animals. I wish to tame and pet every single animal. They are adorable. So hell yeah. Alright, skip it on because I just realised how long we've been doing this for. But if people are enjoying, do you mind the long chat today, chat? I just thought it's a special day, so. But I will say straight off the bat, biggest mistake. Biggest mistake they ever made. The amount of lives ruined by Dota, it's kind of sad to see. 2013, Frozen debuts and goes on to become the #1 movie of the year worldwide. This also means that the year of Let It Go, which stuck in everyone's heads. What did I play here? Saints Row, I enjoyed these, but again, I played it in co-op with a friend, so that made that 10 times more fun. I have this and never gave it enough time, and I do wonder if I should go back. Or at least very much play as the Gauls. The trees are speaking German. So I'll think about that one. It's the only issue as well is just install size. Oh my god. Warframe played the absolute hell out of, but could not keep up the way it runs. Though, if you want like an actual free-to-play game like this, one of the best. Easily. Community is fantastic, and I still love the... we all live together. Like, the music and stuff is fantastic. And also, I had Punchy Robot Dude for the longest time. It was fun. Payday 2, my god. I have a love-hate relationship with Armor 3, as you should. Armor 3 is, yeah, Armor in general is very deserving of a love-hate relationship. There are some fantastic bits, and there's also a lot to hate. Where was another game where I just got left behind in co-op? Yeah, again, I was the same. Like, you don't play for a while, and it does feel like everyone gets different equipment and stuff, and the power level it didn't do enough to keep me. I don't like my dailies and stuff I have to do. It wears me down. I say playing Monkey's TD. I played through the 3 campaign, nearly finished it. Next time I got on it, it deleted my progress. Ooh. I never played the campaigns. I don't think I'd have the again, I don't think I'd have the patience. Just absolutely no patience. And to be honest, I was so burned on Armor because of DayZ. I never liked DayZ. People tried to get me into it. People loved it. I hated it. However, I still, you know, fondly remember reloading my axe in the early days. Just slamming a clip into my axe. Oh, what an impactful game. That's a good way to put it. What an impactful game. As was Payday. Easily one of my most played games. Absolutely easily. I met some random people online playing. I still got them on my friends list. Absolutely dumb stuff. I played it. I just had this massive bender where I played it solo and got really good at some of the missions. Like ridiculously good. And also just bought all the best equipment, stuff like that. The fact that this game released VR, so you could play VR with your friends who didn't have VR, was one of the greatest things a game's ever done. The fact that, you know, I could go into someone's world and actually walk around like a normal player and then suddenly just pull my arms out and do, like, just start throwing hands at someone and they suddenly realize I'm in VR was great. It was hilarious. I played basically no Payday, but I watched a long YouTube series about explaining the plot. Yeah, there was a surprising amount of plot in that game. And the characters were great. I ended up playing, was it Jimmy? So I just had, like... so my character model just had cocaine all over his face and a VR mask, and I was just like, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Love VR Day Payday. Yeah, oh yeah, easily one of the best things I've ever played. VR Payday was phenomenally good. Just the right mix of VR and just game mechanics to keep things not too involved, so you could just shoot and have fun. Especially when you're dual wielding surrounded by it. In VR, yeah, dual wielding while surrounded, and again, you could play with people that weren't in VR, so it was this awesome spectacle of you being in VR, and people could interact with you and stuff. You could give them hugs. I hugged people. I gave out some hugs. I also just slapped people. I also, unfortunately, while we were doing a stealth diamond heist, I was grabbing stuff, and when I bent over, because I believe that you have a hitbox, I just nutted. I just absolutely headbutted. But when I say nutted, I mean headbutted. You know, nutting someone is different than you think. It's slang, all right? It's British slang. I headbutted the glass and shattered it and set off the alarm and ruined like this hour-long stealth heist. And then it became a massive shootout because I just decided to just walk up to a jewel case while all these people were pinned to the floor and just smash my face to get the jewelry out, which I think should have really served as an intimidation move. You know, if the case hadn't been alarmed, I think that should have been, like, just my stance. Like, don't mess with me. I just smashed the glass cabinet with my face. Just do as you're told. I have trauma for Payday 2. Being up the tanky up front guy, only to hear the wow, 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 wow. Oh yeah, the cloaker. Cloaker here to beat your ass. You think you're hot stuff? You think you're good? You think you're tough? Cloaker proceeds to beat you to death. I'm sorry, arrest you. And that's the other thing. Great cops. Out of all the murderous cops out there, man, they did their jobs though. Ironically, I think people have more respect for the cops in that game. Because they were going into war zones. Oh. So we may go into Rome. Again, Rome 2, I may just revisit out of myself. But I may also dig up Rome 2. Because I gotta admit, maybe doing some Time Commander streams could be quite fun. That could be fun. Saints Row, I've got a weird love-hate relationship. I enjoyed it. I just don't play them that much anymore. It's Age of Empires 2. I mean, goodness sake. Like, I've played this so many times in co-op. I have Never played or finished the single player, so that's up there, I guess, in case ever people ever would have bullied me into actually having a go at that. But yeah, it's Age of Empires. It's fun. It's a good game. Visually and the music, love it. Like just oh my yes, just like visually, I have a great love for these like things. Like the fact that I don't have this is like a little. If I had my proper PC back home, I probably would have now. Today, I'd probably just find like a little moving map of this game and have it as a background because beautiful games, absolutely beautiful. Yes. Oh god. I remember that. I'll put it on the list. I'll put it on the list. Right, let's move along. Oh no. Yeah, still one of the greatest ones. Just that tone dead. Press F. Discovery update, overhauling quite a few features. Also, Steam gets its in-home streaming and broadcast feature. Ooh. Has released a Stream VR for the Oculus. What we got here? Ooh, not bad. Not bad at all. Another Far Cry. Really, so many Far Cries in this list. Shadow of Mordor, fantastic game series. Started a mistake of the Nemesis system, made one of the most memorable mechanics I've ever made. And remember, everyone, Warner Brothers has copyrighted the mechanic, so no one else can do it. So he have actively robbed us of really good games using the Nemesis mechanic. Never forgive, never forget. They have withheld the mechanic. Alright? These are never for your benefit. It is never to the company's benefit. It literally just screws over the consumer. Point and click, like the fact that, case in point, Nintendo copyrighting, games in loading screens, and then proceeding never to actually put a game in their loading screen. So, just saying, chat. They've copyrighted the Nemesis system, and they're not going to do anything with it. Calling it now. But really fun. Really dumb, ignoring all the lore of, like, Lord of the Rings. Like, to be honest, it could be... That was Namco, not Nintendo. Really? Man. Why am I convinced it's Nintendo? Oh, I know why. Because there was one in Splatoon 1, but then it got removed for 2. There we go. That's the reason why. I really liked the prequel. I loved the idea that the moon was Space Australia. That's all I'm going to say. I loved the Handsome Jack DLC. Yeah, Namco put Pac-Man in the Ridge Racer games. So, absolutely loved that. No comment. No comment. No, it was well loved. I watched a lot of cool streams of other people playing it, but not for me. Far Cry 4. I started falling out with the Far Cry franchise at this point. I already know what's going to happen. I'll buy this game. I'll get to that point at the start where you can just not run away with the random terrorists. And, for want of a better word, or freedom fighters, whichever way you want to call them. And I would have stayed and just finished the game because I really didn't gel with the plot. Because, yeah, I would have just stayed put. I don't trust the random people. Especially when the whole point of that game was the fact that no matter who you picked, you should feel bad. Because one of them is a massive traditionalist that was basically going to like repress the people, and the other one was a massive drug cartel who was going to repress the people. So, yeah. And like again, I liked the guy playing, like, I liked the villain so much. It was like, yeah, I was just gonna stay with him. Like, he's my dad, fantastic. Let's have some fun. Let's have some bonding. Like, screw this. I'm not going with you people. I'm staying with this dude. I loved him. Banished. Played it, never finished it, but, well, I say finished. I played it, like, it's what the point of the game was. It was just a sim builder. It was fun. Divinity, I will never finish this game. I played it with people, but you need to get... it's too long. It's too much. The same reason I'll never finish Baldur's Gate 3, alright? I will never finish Baldur's Gate 3. I will never play Baldur's Gate 3. There is too goddamn much. I might play it when there's some weird mod that changes things, but oh my god. To play Baldur's Gate 3, I need a group of friends that are going to play it every week. It's like a D&D game. Watch Dogs. Just a worrying creator of memes. Just people reading people's profile and murdering people. It was this game got weird and creepy. Dark Souls 2, finished it in co-op. One of my favorite things I've ever done is finish this with a lot of friends in co-op, hands down. I got to use my really dumb build. I think it's the best game of all of them, just because of some of the mechanics and stuff, and also because I get the fist weapons actually changed your the dragon bone fists gave you like a jumping kick, AoE shock. I loved it beyond belief, and I could actually like chameleon with a spell. I could still use my fist and dual wield whips. I had a dumb build and it worked, and I enjoyed it so much. And there was a perverse delight in the fact that this had done so much poise damage, because I may not do the most damage, but I could do a flying kick and send an invader or even most of the enemies into a wall, and that did my soul good. It did my spirit good to be like, what a super serious person and super dire thing. I'm going to kick you so hard you flying and pancaking to that wall. I'm going to treat like this as a goddamn Dragon Ball fight. And hands down, love that game beyond belief. It is a shame that these games are plagued by hackers and the company that runs it do not care. Yeah. Steam refunds arrived this year. Streamline the way players can request refunds. Yes. Which most countries really fought for. I think in Sweden you can still like get refunds months after getting it because their laws are way stricter and more protective. Marks the launch of Source Engine 2, and Dota 2 becomes the first game to use it September. Boo. Unrelated news, the internet loses its mind over whether the dress is blue or gold. And Left Shark is outskirts of Katy Perry in her Super Bowl hit performance. Oh. Please don't make us talk about the game that year. We are headquarters in Seattle and was a rough one. But God, Left Shark. I still love Shark. And I also feel sorry for the actor. Poor person. I wonder how their career went after the Left Shark incident. I hope they're okay. I hope they're okay, chat. Let's have a look. What happened this year? Ooh. Mixed bag. Killing Floor 2, great. Played it. As I said before, Killing Floor, great game. I play it every Christmas. Every Christmas it's Killing Floor. Christmas Killing Floor, because there's a Christmas mode, and I don't know when it happened or why it became an agreement, but every December I will be playing this with my friends. I will play the Christmas mode, and I will have a goddamn fun time. It is a Christmas game. I don't understand why you would play it any other time of the year. It's a Christmas game. Alright? Just so we all understand each other. City Skylines, all I know is there was a tournament funded by Red Bull, and congratulations to them. I've watched so many people play it and enjoy it. That's the best way to put City Skylines. I'm not good at these games. They're just not for me, but I've enjoyed other people playing them and drowning their civilizations in sewage. Lean Dangerous. I have a fight stick to play this in. I will do it when I'm back in the UK, so I will leave this uncommented. Tried playing this on console and just did not gel with it. I will get into Metal Gear, but we're gonna play Snake Eater. That's the trade-off. Needed more heists, hands down. Needed more heists. I really didn't like the online element, and it is literally the main selling point of the game, and became such a huge deal that it's basically pivoted how Rockstar does stuff. Like, it even affected Red Dead Revolver Online to an absurd degree. And that really needed more story and co-op stuff rather than just in-the-world garbage. Because I didn't like dealing with other people. That's what it boils down to. I just didn't like the whole, like, I'm doing this cool quest thing. Other players can now screw me over. It's like, yeah, but I've only got so many hours in the day to play, and I don't want to spend that getting griefed. Call me a babby. Call it a skill issue, but... eh. Just Survive. What? I have never heard of this. In a world of zombie horror survival, like, that's, yeah. Rocket League, obviously massively influential. Ark, another game where I'm like, oh, what a cool idea. God, I'd hate interacting with other players. God, I'd hate interacting with any of these people. God, I'd hate it, and so never did. Fallout 4, what a weird shaky release. Having a voice actor still feels weird to me. I like the mods that literally turned it off. Also, The fact that it tells you, like in other Fallout games, the mod that actually shows you everything you're going to say rather than disagree, and then you rant like, because it'd be like you'd be in a conversation, right? And you'd be talking to someone, and you'd be like, oh, you know, they've said something. It's like, oh, you could agree, disagree, or walk away. I'll choose. Oh, I'll disagree. Like the guys are talking about, like we got to defend the settlement. And I'll be like, oh yeah, but you know, maybe we should move away. I don't really agree that we can defend the settlement. We should go elsewhere. I'll click disagree. And then your character would be like, yes, I think we should leave and leave all these black people to die. And I'm like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would say something just wild and not what you meant. Like something horrific. But like, I really didn't realize that's what it was gonna say. Like, it was just like, so there was a mod that showed you everything you were going to say, like in the other Fallout games. I was like, okay, that's better. That bugged me. That really bugged me. But again, I've spent so much time modding this. Random start mods and stuff like that make this game 10 times better. I like starting randomly and having that early scrounging period at the start, building your build, modding it 1,000 times, mods breaking, fixing it, playing a bit more, never playing it again, and then reinstalling to do this thing all over again. Every chat option in Fallout 4 is yes, 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 sarcastic, yes, angry, and ask more info. Yes, exactly. It wasn't exactly... Yeah, but as an actual piece of mechanics, as an actual piece of machinery, the game's quite good. Like, the mods, modding scene is fantastic. And again, I've seen some fantastic horror mods for this game, which really make it really cool. The game itself, flawed, but the actual, like, groundwork the modders work with, fantastic. Alright, 2016. The first annual Steam Awards. The first time we all get really mad at all the really crappy votes. And how, like, one game gets nominated for every award and really doesn't deserve it. As an FPS, great fun. As an RPG, Fallout game is not great. I really look forward personally. Every time I play, I spend ages making bases. Yeah, I get... Like, there are parts there. There are good parts. As a shooter, great. As a base builder, great. As a scavenging game, great. You know, again with mods, better. Pokemon Go and TikTok. Oh god, TikTok came out at the same time as that. Man, it feels like these things have always existed. Puddin McBoatface is the name of your polar research ship. Yay, yay. The council basically says no thanks. We'll take it from here and name it the RS idea of Attenborough because they're cowards. They do admit Puddin McBoatface is too good a name to go to waste, and they bestow the name upon the underwater vessel on the boat of the aboard Edinburgh. They were cowards! 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 England National Environmental Research Council. Cowards to this day. Cowards. Side stories are great, but the classic Bethesda mediocre main quest. Yep. Same in Starfield. Side quest amazing. So never forgive, never forget. That boat should be called, but no, they were like, no, we're gonna name it after Sir David Attenborough, but we'll name Puddin McBoatface the Submersible. It's like, why didn't you just call the boat Puddin McBoatface and the Submersible David Attenborough? Cowards. Absolutely disgusting cowards. Planet Coaster, again, these two games, I got nothing, chat. I got nothing. I got nothing for you. No Man's Sky, the launch put me off. Though I've been told I might enjoy it. I have been told I'd enjoy it. I don't know what I'd do, though, about that one. Oh god, the realm of zombie survival. Did you know that adult Sean is not essential at any point, so you can kill him the minute you first see him? Kind of fucks the plot. It's not essential. So they didn't give him the whole, like, Bethesda thing of when you die, you just scrounger on the floor and then eventually they get up. Which I've seen people complain about with Starfield, which makes me laugh, because it's like, have you just not played any Bethesda game? But then again, maybe they haven't. all they've been raised on is this Skyrim. Man, 2016 was not good for me. I own this game. I've tried to refund it and can't. I just can't. I'm so bad. I can't, chat. I'm so bad. Tomb Raider. Okay, I did enjoy that. It's not the Tomb Raider I remember, and I will play the old Tomb Raider games on here probably at some point. But still really fun. Like, a really good, just... I'm gonna get hurt a lot doing this dangerous job. And it's like, okay, I get that. It's fun. And also, like, the collectibles were really fun. I liked finding all the historical stuff. I want to love Hearts of Iron, but it's so complicated. Exactly. Dead by Daylight, I played it really early on, and then immediately, like, stopped liking it, stopped playing it as soon as it became a huge thing. Which, you know, joke's on me. However, whoever works the freaking, like, PR department for this game and just keeps getting these massive IPs to give them characters from, like, Silent Hill and, like, horror movies and stuff. Wow, well done. You're getting more out of those IPs than the actual companies are. So, congratulations. Dark Souls 3, really fun. Love building characters. Love the powers and other such things. I want to say I love 2 more, but I've played 3 more, probably. Like, I've started up 3 multiple times. With my really dumb builds as well. And it does have one of my favorite weapons in it, the Javelin. I love the Javelin. I love that little tiny spear I can just throw, because I love dumb gimmick weapons. Especially if you get a headshot with it, it's devastating. Freaking love that little Javelin we should get from the DLC. Hell yeah. There's so many gimmick weapons in these games I really want to work. Again, co-op's fantastic, but, like... I like Elden Ring's thing. I like opting out of... I like opting out of invasions. That's what it boils down to. I don't want to bother with you. I bought a game, I want to play it with my friend, I want to chill. I can't be arsed with you. Can't be arsed. Besides, stuff like Elden Ring, very fun co-op, and I need to play it co-op. It's just, I've just not had the time. Stellaris, I will forever be too tired for your mid game. I will get to the mid game and then I will lose interest. I will only get to the end because friends co-opted and we played together. It's just true. However, you are a glorious meme format. You have caused so much stuff to happen. I have a friend obsessed with this game. I have it, and he wants to play it often, so I just pretend I don't have it installed. Oh god, yeah. You can have too much of it. You can have too much of something. So I get it. We shall go through. Yeah. Oh yeah, we should. We've gone through all the other ones. I mean, we tried to go through. Did we ever finish 3? I don't think we finished 3. I think we got partway through it, and it just got a bit like, you know, the invasions got a bit nuts, and then the no co-op areas were weird. Well, hell yeah, go through a co-op run of Elden Ring, hell yeah, that sounds so fun. Just wandering around the world and investigating shit in co-op, hell yeah. And you don't have to worry about invasions or anything, just, perfect. Stardew Valley. This is loved, it's beloved, and I'll never play it. I don't know. I played Crypt Keeper, that's my version of it. We will have invasions unless we use the mod. Was there a mod we were using? What was the thing about the fact you could just avoid all invasions? Was it always a mod, or was it a thing in game? Man, my memory's terrible. 2017. Seamless co-op is a mod. Was that for Elden Ring? Man. God, my memory. Alright. More stuff. Alright. I want tattoos in this art style. I gotta admit, I got ideas. I want some tattoos in this art style. But yeah, this game, will I ever play it? I don't know. I try. It is tough as hell. Beautiful beyond compare. Absolutely beautiful. Just so good. Just so good. Presentation, the way everything was, just mwah. We've already really talked about Shadow of War, just more of the same, and just reminders they took the Nemesis system from us. We could co-op that as well. Oh, definitely put it on the list, yeah. Obviously, probably while I'm back in the UK. That might be an off-stream thing for certain, though. That'll probably just be a actually chill and play. I am told I would love this. This is another weird one. Is one I've always wondered if I should bother with, but someone keeps telling me this is actually one of the really good ones, because God, I fell out with Assassin's Creed. I hate the modern part of it so much, and they went double down on it, and I just do not care. I care so little, and it just annoyed me too much. But this apparently might be good, so I'll think about that one, because Egypt is cool as hell. There, the start of it all, chat. What a game. What a game series. Awesome. Predatory monetary system, absolutely garbage, but the game's so good. It's one of those things where I'm playing it constantly and still like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't, like, the predatory stuff is bullshit and they shouldn't be rewarded for it. He says, tapping his blood directly into like the machine to pay. But yeah, what a game. Nier Automata really passed me by. And I probably would like it. I like Bayonetta and stuff like that, but yeah, just absolutely passed me by. And apparently the big thing is the game really usurps expectations, like the first time you play it. And then it changes and does all these weird things for you. But it's like, it just doesn't tell you about them. So it's that weird thing of like, I just took it as face value as what it was. But there's actually like a secret layer to it. And it's like, that's tough to do well. Because now I just didn't buy it to get into it because I just didn't know about it. I mean, Warhammer 2 was at least before the super predatory price hike. True, but it, you know what I mean? It's still part of the trend and led to it and stuff. And I usually get kind of annoyed about the blood being something you bought, but I did like the fact that it was like, yeah, well, not everyone wants blood, graphically intensive, but the big thing was, someone explained it to me in a very good way. It was just, it just means they could sell it abroad at a lower age range. It's like, okay, that's fair. I can't argue that one. Warhammer's a pretty age-spanning hobby, so yeah. Oh, Cuphead. Oh, just yes. Not really much to comment. I'm not going near this. All right, that's a dangerous thing. I'm not going near it. Conan Exile, yeah. The single player... Wait, is this the single player fort game? No, or is this the multiplayer one? Yeah, it's the open world survival one. Again, I just don't want to deal with people. Cool idea, and a very unexpected use of the actual, like, Conan franchise. Straight up to, like, god summons, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. Just summoning gods and things, like, just... Oh. $2018, alright. Alright, chat. I need to... Okay. This game. A Wild West occult monster hunting game. Love it. Everything about it. Hate the fact that it's basically a battle royale. That's the be-all end of all of it, chat. Love the game. Love it. I want a Wild West horror monster hunting game. Cannot be arsed with the multiplayer aspect at all. Love the weaponry. Love all the like lore. Throwing spears, throwing weapons, really cool looking guns, authentic. Everything's really grimy. Yeah. Just meh. It didn't help that I played the beta and it was so buggy. And then I ended up refunding it. I've watched people play Scum. All I know is... all I remember is you have to really watch your diet in that game because things get nuts. And I remember watching someone just eat nothing but salt to the point where if they didn't drink any water, they would die. And yeah, so yeah, basically I saw someone just give themselves salt poisoning on stream, and it was just like, this is really in depth. Well done. Well done to you. This is a really cool concept. I love the Assassin's Creed, like... I love the idea. Oh, sorry. Proton is introduced as a compatible layer. Windows, games, Linux. Nothing really much happened in 2018. Alexa, play Despacito. So that was a really cool idea. I love the idea of just using the Assassin's Creed engine and mechanics and then just going to ancient Greece and just dealing with mythical stuff. Great idea. Frostpunk. Alright, I played this a lot and I might even just reinstall it and play it again. Though the skill trees basically all led to the same thing. Like, you could go faith or, like totalitarian, and it was just basically the same thing. There was no difference. There was no real morale choices. Put the children to work. Put the people fight in cages. I did complete it a few times. It was fun, and I liked, like, the modifiers and the story elements. Faith, Chad's rise up. It's all about the faith. But it's the fact you got the same art, just with different outfits. That's what annoyed me. There was no real difference. But yeah, I usually went faith, yeah. It just looked cool. Faith in the fire. basically turning the heater into a shrine. But yeah, oh god, I love the heat mechanic. I loved all that stuff, the expeditions, the airship. There was so much cool stuff going on in that, and the extra like game modes and stuff, and finding out what happened to the other seas. All cool, awesome ideas. I'm looking forward to 2. I want to see what they do with it. The raft, god, just YouTube. That's all I remember. These 2, all I remember is YouTube. Just watching other people play it on YouTube. That's all I remember. Like, alright, 2000. We're getting close, chat. We're getting close. It's only like, 2 hours in. Alright. Okay, I have mixed feelings about this one. 2019, Steam introduces or updates several functions, remote play together. Now, I'm all up for that, but the fact that me and Hot Beverages have had so much trouble just playing goddamn Lego Star Wars, I don't know. For all it's like, I don't know. It never felt like it. Other people have told me it's worked so well for games. I have never had this work well for me. I've never had it work well. There's always been some weird bug or some weird thing, which sucks. Because I'd love to play through the Lego Star Wars games again. They were great. But, like, oh, Jesus. This game just... For some reason, it never worked. Released a mobile app for Steam Chat, as well as an update for... Really? Steam Chat on the game in 2019? Man. Also this year, Dota Overlords, yet again, a mistake. Other notable notes from Mario Kart invites us to spark joy by getting rid of stuff. And video streaming becomes a thing. Apple, Disney TV, oh, wow. My only issue is there's a delay. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? It's just, it's that weird thing of remote play together really works. And it's a good idea, but nothing really beats the game just being co-op by design. As cool as the design is, like the fact it gives you this online co-op to games that didn't have them, it's really good. It's a cool idea, and I do support it, but, like, Jesus, it's... some games, it's just like, well, I just wish it had co-op. Just didn't really solve the issue, I know, but... Alright, chat. I have never finished Halo 1. It is on the I never finished list. Alright, it is on there. As well as some of the modded Halos, which are very funny. And just fun, rather. Just very fun. Red Dead Redemption 2, fantastic game. What? What do you mean how? Oh, you mean Halo 1? You shocked about that? I didn't have, like, I don't know, was it... I'm gonna force you into Curse Halo. Yeah, I think we're both speaking about the straight same one, Halo. I think we're both thinking about the same one, Snow, to be honest. The one with the Mario Kart extra stuff and all the wiggly weapons and stuff. That looks fantastic. How long I know it just never came up. I just wasn't in a big crowd. Like, remember, I don't have a lot of friends my own age. I've spoken about this. Like, I was a very, like, on my own kid. So I never really played games with other, like, people and stuff. Like, I didn't play, like, any Halo game in co-op until, like, God, let's have a think. What's the game called? Was it not? It's not Reach. I did play in co-op with one of my mates. I did have one mate. I was going to say, I'm telling a lie, actually. I had one mate who was my own age, but we kind of, like, drifted apart around university. Nothing bad happened. We just legit just drifted apart because, like, busy lives and stuff. I think I played the one where you get to play as the Arbiter with them. I'll play with you. Aw, it's alright. I'm not, like, lamenting it or anything. Yeah, like, you're like my only friend my age. Though you constantly think I'm younger than you. Like, repeatedly. Like, 3 times. I'm just giving you a hard time. It doesn't actually matter, obviously. My slyest friend has never played any Halo games, so I'm forcing him through the MCC and now making him play Cursed Halo. Yes. Okay, I promise. I'll add it to the I never played list. How about that? We'll go through Portal, and then we'll decide if I do Halo. Alright, I gotta do Portal 2, right? I've gotta finish it. I even thought today you were younger than me until you said it. Early 30s. Puddin got that Zoomer energy. What do you mean the Zoomer energy? I'm a millennial. I'm a depressive, borderline alcoholic. They've all been very good, actually. I'm trying not to drink as much. I'm going through Portal. Well, I can be on the back burner. Co-op 2. Yeah, the actual doing, like, the co-op at some point. So I'll finish. Okay, Fridays, it's Portal 2. And then we can decide, you lot can do a vote. You can have Thief 3, Deadly Shadows, or you can have Halo. There you go. You can have a pick. Check out the Discord and have a yell about it. I need to still make the recommendation, actually, tab for that. I'll do that tonight. I'll bother with my mods. Okay, Resident Evil 2, obviously Red Dead... Okay, Red Dead 2 is definitely on the campaign trail. We will do some wandering definitely do some wandering into. Maybe even do some fishing. Do a fishing stream in that one. Thank you, Hot Beverages. We will definitely do some wandering in Red Dead 2 at some point. All I want them to do, really, is to release the Undead. I just want them to do the Undead of it. They'll never will, but I just want the Undead DLC again, but in 2. That was great. But yeah, I loved Red Dead 2. There was some good things in it, but I just didn't like the main story. I just got kind of sick of everyone. Like, I just wanted to put a bullet in Dutch, like, pretty early on. I just wanted to be my own scumbag, you know? I liked the way I did things. And also, it was doing that GTA thing of referencing, like, oh, I do all these psycho things, and I don't know why I'm doing it. So I don't like it when the character references the player's behavior. I really don't like it. Like, sometimes I'm just killing people randomly, and other times I'm really chill. I don't know what's wrong with me. And it's like, dude, I've been playing you as a completely white hat kind of dude. What the hell are you talking about? Right? Like, I just don't like it. Like, it's like, no, let me play like an idiot, and then in the story, let the character be a character. Don't force that stuff. Oh, happy... No, it's not my birthday. It's Steam's birthday. It's Steam's birthday, not my birthday. Let's see if I can fix that. Let's see if I fix that thing. Yeah, no, it's in the title. Happy birthday, Steam. Happy birthday, Steam. It's not my birthday. It's Steam's happy birthday. My birthday's not until next year. I'm done. My birthday's been and gone. The abacus has already fallen. You know, a bead has been crossed the threshold of the abyss, never to return. Where was I? Remnant. Honestly, one of the best Dark Souls games I've played. In co-op again, it's fantastic. Oh no, multiple people have said that, so don't worry about it. It's literally just the way it reads. It's just there's no way to really fix that. So. Remnant from the Ashes. Great game. Really fun. One of my favorite things was I found a guy that was yelling about a tree talking to him. I took the wooden mask he was wearing. I then went to an NPC tree in my friend's game. The tree grabbed me, whispered to me, and gave me like a trait that if I could put points in would give me damage resistance. Birthday boy! Happy birthday, Steam! Happy birthday! This is gonna be the new thing. This is not my birthday. Every stream is my birthday now. Every stream. Yeah, like I said, my abacus has already been clocked for the year. We have to wait till next year, chat. After Christmas. But yeah, Remnant, fantastic. Don't think I'd ever play on stream though. Just not really something. A lot of waiting around, chilling, working out strategies and stuff. It's not super interesting to watch, at least from my perspective. Code Vein, alright, okay, it's Dark Souls with anime vampire people, alright? It's edgy and dumb and fun, alright? That's all I'm gonna say. And the co-op's really good. Mordhau, alright, so, you were talking about armor. I hate Mordhau. I love these games. I play Chivalry 2. I love these kind of games, but even I... And the trees whispered to him, "Fuck Kislev," and went to war. I've looked out with them, though I've definitely been at war with the Wood Elves enough to know this pain. But yeah, Mordhau. Okay. Chivalry, medieval, sword fighting games have some of the worst communities on the planet. I love Hate for Honor. I love Hate Mordhau. I enjoy Chivalry. Because the arcadiness and the more realistic stuff is a nice combination. But yeah, these games, Jesus, some of the worst, angriest communities that I just turn off all the chat. Like, holy hell. I don't know what it is about these genres of the games, but oof. You'll just get some absolute screaming foul, like, ugh. chats are disgusting in those games. Or randomly historical. Because I like playing dumb. I like throwing brocks. I like my dumb stuff. I enjoy it. But yeah, oh. God, For Honor. There's one I probably would have played. Maybe during the height of For Honor. I mean the fact that I think one of the biggest tournaments was like 15 grand or whatever, and the guy that won it was literally just doing an exploit glitch the entire time. It was a type of attack that if you unlock, it doesn't give you an indicator where he's gonna stab from, and he literally won. And like, it's like, oh, anything like you want to say when you're over? And it's like, don't fix the glitch, please. It was that thing where it's like, man, this is a nail in the coffin, and Ubisoft's like, no, we're gonna make it good again, like we did with like Siege, and it's just like, dude, let For Honor die. Again, they're locking this really cool third-person mechanic with a sort of three-way combat stance of like ways you can be hit. It's like an upside-down triangle. Those are the kind of areas you can block from. With all these cool mechanics and all these cool unblockables, undodgeables, and all these other cool mechanics, and they're just like, no, we got to keep For Honor 1 going forever. And it's just like, I want you to just collapse that game and make For Honor 2. That's all I want. Give me For Honor 2. Just give me goddamn For Honor 2. Oh, there you go. There's my love-hate relationship. Just that game. Oh, that's just mock. Oh, wow, chat. That's just that's devastating. That's just they know. All right, 2020. Half-Life Alyx, massive success. Alyx launches as the world. Oh God, what a time. So this game isn't actually out. This was still like another year before this game was actually out. It was in early access for the longest time. After years. And here's the thing, chat, it's still on my wish list. I'm still going to buy it eventually. Eventually, chat. We may have some we may have some medieval adventures together at some point. I'd love to see what weird mods would do, actually. I'd love to do some dumb stuff with this game, if possible. I would love to do some dumb stuff with y'all. Sea of Thieves. Cool stuff, but just the lack of skill trees and stuff like that, just nah. Bannerlord people died waiting for them. Yes, exactly. It took so long, and then when it finally came out, it was early access. It's like, what were you doing? Fall Guys. See, part of me's wants to hate on it, but I have enjoyed watching other people play this too much, so I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say anything. Sims, oh God, this is what 2003. You know, this all began in 2003, chat. Remember that the height of Sims, 2003, and here we are, Sims 3, free to play with like 50 DLCs. What a strange series. I'll never truly comprehend. Phasmophobia! Again, watched a load of it. Crusader Kings, the grandest source of memory. That's all I meant. Just... I think I... Wait, did I have this? I'm sure I played this. I just remember... I think I must have refunded it, because it was like Iron Heart, so I was like, what am I doing? I don't know how to play this. All I do know is I prayed for God to cure my cancer, and I may have been sleeping with the Pope. I'm not even sure how I achieved that, to be perfectly honest. Probably played 2. Oh, there we go. Yeah, probably played 2. That would explain it. Oh, we're getting close. Steam Fest. Steam China is in partnership with Perfect World. Dragon's Blood. Dota Dragon Blood released on Netflix. Boo. Bernie Sanders become a meme with his mittens. And Squid Game challenges are happy and nostalgic childhood games. Battlefield. What a terrible launch, but I did enjoy playing it. But yeah, thus was the trend of terrible releases. And yeah, you can tell I just wasn't really involved this year. Nothing. Look at that. Nothing. Absolutely not. Not even Age of Empires. I'm sorry, what? The beach will love it. Man, some things. I mean, God, Resident Evil. I might get into Resident Evil 2 at one point. I already mentioned I need to finish 2. And just and then again, chat, I talk about Resident Evil. I really need to, what I need to do first is Dino Crisis and Cold Fear. I need to play every game that is Resident Evil that isn't Resident Evil. That's like, I feel that's just like the unwritten rule at this stage. I feel it's just the cold, hard truth. Oh, 2002. 2022. This is when I came to Japan. I came to Japan during this dark time. Steam got a huge makeover. The Steam Deck. Deck includes Aperture Desk Job, a spin-off game made from the Portal universe. Yes! That was really fun. I've seen a bunch of like tech demos and stuff like that. Took you bloody time getting here too. I got the job 3 years. Oh god, so that must. Okay, so I arrived in 2000, or it became to that. Yeah, so I arrived in 2002. COVID year. So I got the job in 2019. There you go. I got the job to be here in 2019, and then I waited a year, and then another year. Finally got here, and now it's 2003. 2023. What did I miss out this year then? Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Master, which our resident weeb is threatening to train me in. I will play the monster deck only, though. I want to have the deck where I play a monster, force you to play a monster, and then I just play Godzilla and, like, giggle. That's just, I think, an unwritten law at this point. Absolutely just unwritten law. We will play Cult of the Lamb, because it has Twitch integration. And then we're going to see which one of you wants to be fed poo. That's basically I hope you realize that is basically the highlight of that. I've just summarized what that stream will be in like a phrase. Right? We will play this. You will be my followers. You will be my cultists. And one of you is going to be a poo fiend. I may even let. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be democratic cult yet, where I'll let you vote on like the bills we pass. You got a job in GP? Oh yeah, I work here. Yeah, I got a job here. Oh god, like 3 years ago, but it took me 2 years to get here because the COVID lockdown. So I've actually been working nearly for a year. Come October, I've been here for a year. I work in as an English teacher in Japan. Gypsy Claw. There you go. You're caught up with my deep dark lore. I work in Japan. It's like 9:30 here, PM. And I'll be teaching tomorrow, which is why the stream won't be super long. Gotta yell English at the kids. You applied for a year after I started uni. I finished my degree and got to Japan twice before. Yeah, I got it. Yep. Jealous, would do anything to get over there and play threes in the arcades. Yeah, the arcades seem amazing. I've not actually gone to one yet. I'll try and make a thing of it. Me and Weeb Corner can probably like go out there and actually try that actually. How does it do the whole English teacher thing over there? Oh, Third Strike. Oh, Third Strike arcades. Oh, damn. Damn. Hell yeah. I love Third Strike. Just visually, like, oh my god, what a game. I wish I'm one of those people that is definitely like, man, I hate the fact that like all fighting games are like 3D models now. I'm like, can we just go back to like pixel art, like Third Strike? Fighting games have never looked better. I'm bad at them, and therefore my opinion matters. Let's go back to the way things used to look. Easy, have a degree in a pulse. Well, don't like completely undersell our job, please. But the way I'm paid, it ain't too wrong. 4, 5, and 6. Yes! Thank you, Gypsy Claw. They look awful. Go back to the pixels. They all look so ugly. And it's not even stylized. It's just generic looking 3D. Oh, the Dark Troop. Gypsy Claw gets it. Yeah, basically, native English speaker, it's not necessary, but it definitely helps. I'm not going to lie for that for a second. They're still quite old-fashioned in that regard. As for getting out here, you need a degree. They would like you to have a degree. If the company's doing their job properly, it should be quite a good time, because you should unless it's like a very particular type of school. Like, for example, I work in a primary school. I only plan half of the lessons. The other half is the teacher's job, and I just help with English pronunciation and sort of help deal with the games and activities. And most classes are only 45 minutes. I like that sort of bite-sized like environment, to be honest. Third Strike is in the record books for having the most individual drawn frames of animation with oh god, 23k. Just the sweat. It is awesome, and it is actually quite fun. I can't speak for high school. It's a different, it's a different kettle of fish. If you want to get into Puddin's Dispatch Company style, the barrier for entry is not too hard. If you want to do jet like me, you're going to have to do a good at lying through your teeth about being a functioning member of society. Yeah, I'm a dispatch company, so I basically get contracted out for the year and stuff, and I'm just like, I turn up, and the lesson degree really varies from like school to school. Like in my current one, from years 1 to 3, they basically just want me to be a BBC like kids presenter. You know what I mean? It's all fun and games and silliness. It's not really about the grades at that point. As soon as you get to like 5 and 6, it starts getting a lot more serious. I'm lucky though. I've got like a fairly encouraging team that really want me just to help out, and they just quickly have to accept the fact that I'm actually really chill. Not everyone has the capacity to be a passenger plane. Oh man, it's been fun though. It has been fun. It's tiring though. I'm not gonna kid myself with that. Like you're gonna. There are more holidays. I think you get more holidays. It's a rough one. Some months are just not paid. Like I don't get paid for March, which sucks. You'd think so, wouldn't you, Claw? Mine's okay, but because I'm living basically smack bang in Tokyo, unless I'm paying for actual unless I'm actually going to actual lessons, which do cost money, which I really should have gone to because it's really good for socializing, but because of a money situation, I never started because I took out a loan to get out here. What it actually entailed was my brain was going out the window. It's because I'm in sorry. As I'm in Tokyo, unless you're going to classes, people are so more willing and also want to practice their English, so they're not really like I can't get them to speak Japanese to me to practice. I tried to use my Japanese. I go out my way to learn little phrases, so I'm not amazing at Japanese, but I certainly can get food. I can be polite. I can communicate. Like, you know, if a lesson's gone well, they'll be very nervous, and I'll be like, oh, daijoubu, daijoubu. Like, it's good. You know, it's like, they'll be like, oh, I did nothing but this game this lesson, and I'm like, yeah, this is like the 5th lesson on numbers, you know. So I'll just be like, no, good, you know, good English. I'll just mention like small phrases to communicate, and like I'm doing it right. I could have done more, I will admit, but you know, when you're at work all day and then you come back, it's hard to work up the actual energy, which because I've met people here that speak less Japanese than me, and they've been here like 5 years because their area they live in, they basically refuse to speak to them in Japanese. Like they live in a quite like educated neighborhood, so everyone just speaks English to them, and it's just like, oh man, that's imagine people refusing to speak to you in their own language. Oh god, cat. And unrelated note, back into Stray. Yeah. Oh, just to clarify, by the way, I don't get paid for March. Yeah, I'm not working during March, but yeah, I don't get paid for it. There are a bunch of Americans that go to arcade called G Cube and play Third Strike, etc. Nice. I really need to check out some of the arcades. It's just something I'm just not used to doing. All I want is to go to an arcade and find a House of the Dead machine. Is that so much to ask? I just want a House of the Dead cat machine that it doesn't cost a fortune, and I want to finish it in one sitting. I'll stream from a body cam, and we'll just play House of the Dead. See the big difference between me and Puddin the pig. Yeah. Can't wait for the Deep Rock Galactic. Yes, I do need to play Deep Rock Galactic. It needs to get back on the menu. So I got into Schmutz, and there's a ton of them over there. Ooh, dope. Anyway, I got distracted. Yeah, my ranting. So not much came out that year. Dark Tide, yeah, but god, that release was crummy. But anyway, on to the final year. We finally reached it, chat. It's 3 hours. I've not even played a game. aka me. We'll see if it ever comes up. I might do some. I'm not sure if I'll do community nights, but I need to work out like ideas for community nights. It's definitely a possibility. It's just like I need to think over what I'm gonna do and stuff. Come up with some ideas. Because I must admit, I don't play like Deep Rock Galactic cooperatively much. I mostly play it solo. I do a lot of solo dives with just me, Bosco, and Steve. It's like my mental health space, you know. But definitely on the menu. I'll look into it. I'll make a little tab for like community night ideas. Counter-Strike 2 has entered into the beta and will basically be everything in tournaments, I guess, eventually. I just remember people losing their mind about smoke and the fact that you can throw grenades to throw it away. Puts off playing for 3 hours, briefly glances at the category. Yep, sounds about right. Don't judge. The game was great. I gotta admit, the game was great. In hindsight, maybe I should have put this down as just chatting, but I don't know. Maybe it's more interesting for people that look for that game to pop in. It was good though. I enjoyed the last stream a lot. I need to upload the VOD. It's at its most boring solo, sadly. Well, we'll see. Like I said, I'll keep an eye out and I'll give you a poke if it ever comes up. I just don't want to make any promises. I don't want to be one of those people that says, "Oh yeah," then just never has the time. So I just try to be honest with people and be like, "Yeah, maybe." I don't know. On the pop culture front, there are still a few months left of the year, but Taylor Swift is already a huge standout. Over the summer, she reached a point where she had 4 albums in the Billboard's top 10 at the same time, the first living artist to earn the feat over 60 years, not to mention the Eras tour. You gotta play through it again to unlock the true ending. No. Don't give me that. No, you're lying, right? You're being a huge liar. However, this is a song. Okay, before we go, I keep being told I need to play Hi-Fi Rush. It's on there. It looks cute. It looks fun. I'm being a huge like. Are you? I don't know now, Claude. Don't. See, now it's in my head. Don't do this to me. Goddamn deserved. Dredge is one of the first games I streamed. At least the first like batch rather. Hands down one of the best games. It has new fish and new content. I will give in eventually and just play this again and pretend I never did. I'm just gonna lie to you all, and you're gonna just join my lie. Just deserved. Such a good game. And now there's like new fish and like trophy fish and stuff, and it's got my fishing like impulses kicking. Like, yeah. I love this game so much. So I think at the moment, as Dave the Diver was actually released in 2002, I believe. I think this may well be my game of the year still. Dredge might be my game of the year this year. And when it comes to the Steam Festival, it's going to be a bunch of like recent crap, and it's going to not win any awards. I'm saying it. Steam awards are crap. They're terrible. Always have been. The public don't know taste. There, I've said it. Age of Wonders 4 came out. We should go fishing for real. Oh god, I've not fished in years. God. I'm umming about that. It could be a cool idea, but god, just to buy the equipment and not go again. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, oh god, it's a bit of an investment. And I want to dredge. I'll be like, where's the giant net? Alright. Okay. On another note, this is something I've only really played with like one person. You can rent stuff. I didn't realize that. Makes sense though. So yeah, it's an expensive hobby otherwise. Alright. This is great. Really fun. It's in early access. I gave them my support. But just a wave survival base building first person 60 person to like 120 hopefully one day. Like co-op game. Hell yeah. Absolutely fantastic idea. Multiplayer, shooting thousands of bugs. Just I get looking at envious. It's a good little game. It's a very good little game, like, for what it is. It's in early access though, so like I can't really recommend the finished product because a lot of the stuff isn't there, all the weapon choices aren't there, all the other stuff isn't there yet. But what I've got is great. They've only got one planet, but the way they do it is each type of mission starts in a different section of this giant map. So, and it really works. So I have a lot of confidence when they make other worlds, it's going to be worth it. Alright. Damn it, the mouse is dead. There we go. Darkest Dungeon 2. I mean, God. I mean, Darkest... Would I even stream that one? That would have to be a modded one, I think. That's on... Wait, what? This is on my wish list? I don't even remember this. This reminds me of Ravenfield. Outlast Trials. Meh. Not that big deal with them. Baldur's Gate 3. Again, I don't know. I need a group of friends for this one. I'm just so bad at these games. Like, I'll play it, like, loads and get to, like, a quarter way through, and then I'll be like, oh, I'll play this later, and then never play it. I'll just never play it again. Like, at this point, I'm more likely to finish Dark Alliance, like, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Like, I'll play that again. If you want me to play that again, I'll play that again, but Baldur's Gate 3, I don't know. People love it. People enjoy it, and hell yeah, love them for it. Absolutely love it. BattleBit is the Battlefield replacement for people who want the old Battlefield experience. Really? Huh. I might look into that then, because, yeah, old Battlefield was fun. And with that, chat, well, thanks for the fun. Thank you again, once again, for making these past 20 years such a cool ride. Here's to 20 more. On the way, you post your free goodies in the point shop, featuring art of our own Claire Hummel. That's a bit weird. You're going to be the PR person for this event, and we're going to make emotes of you, so our people can post pictures of you in chat. Like, what circumstance has that? What circumstances has that? Ah, there you are. Look at you all. Look at you all down there. So adorable. Look at you. So adorable. Hard to buy her, not off. Oh. I don't know. I like my reality. I replace your reality with my own. I think my poor reading comprehension it makes my world more exciting.